Oh, yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Kit. We're here.
Yeah.
All right, the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit. You know who we are. I'm Ohilo Marcus. I'm with the Uso Lance, the Polynesian. All right, that's what it is. Today we're talking about the Orator, 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 Tulafale, right?
Yeah, nice.
And bro, we was just talking about it before we started recording, right? This movie is incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Incredible. Came out in 2011. Directed by what is the young man's name, bro?
Tusi Tamasese.
Ooh, Tusi.
Yeah. Flowers, bro. Give him at his flowers right now. This is a full feature in Samoan, shot in Samoa, spoken Samoan the whole way with a full Samoan cast.
Bro.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the director. And I feel like this is his project that he wanted to put together, and I think he knocked it out the park.
Hell yeah, bro. It said that this is the first time New Zealand submitted this for Best Foreign Language Film. Was this for the Oscars?
I think this was the first time they ever submitted a foreign or a film to the foreign language category. So, real big. I feel like well received, well shot.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I wrote this movie off. Remember when we were supposed to talk about this?
Yeah.
We were supposed to talk about this before. I think the Tattooist.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we found out that it was all in Samoan, and me not really understanding Samoan, I knew it was going to be a slog having to read these things or whatever, and we kind of put it off.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad we finally touched on it because this movie's fucking incredible, bro. And I was hella wrong. I was hella wrong to write this off. Like, this movie is crazy. I thought I was gonna watch another Tattooist.
I was definitely worried about that, and so happy that we were wrong about that. And I share the exact same sentiment and feelings. Like when we first was like, "Do we want to do the Orator?" It's all in Samoan, and there's going to be subtitles. And like my Samoan definitely not great, so like having to trust Amazon subtitles or and not know, but. I feel totally wrong and actually really happy that we watched this. Like hearing Samoan language and seeing the customs of people sitting around for saw, like making tea for guests or like even the chiefs going back and forth was really, great to see. Took us back home, I feel like, even for just a little bit. But really, great movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, man. We could just start getting into it, man. It starts off rain. I'm looking at the notes right now. Rain across Samoa, the greenery and the mountains, right? And then it moves on to two graves in a plantation, a yam plantation, right? And this is when we get introduced to our main character, right? The Uso Saili. All right, Uso Saili, who is a physically disabled dwarf living in Samoa.
Yeah,
and he's in the plantation. He's cutting around the graves that are in the plantation because you learn later on that that's his family, that's his parents. Those are his parents, and the yams that those yams are planted on is his land. So he's working that. And it's so fucked up, bro. He's over there just cleaning it out, and then you hear all the kids in the back, or all the older dudes in the background just talking shit about this dude, bro.
Man.
And they straight translated on Tubi too. I was like, oh, bro. I didn't even need the translations to know that they were talking shit about him, bro. Because context clues or whatever. And I heard them, I was like, dude, fuck these guys, bro. They're talking shit about this guy. But it's already an interesting main character and where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it all takes place in Samoa, and it's just this man who you already know just by looking at him physically has gone through a lot and has probably heard everything that he's hearing in the back probably his entire life. You know what I'm saying? So he's just like, man, fuck these guys. Fuck y'all and fuck your yams. I'm cleaning this shit up around my parents. This is my land anyway. You cunts. You know what I'm saying? So it's
this guy, Saili, who is this, played by Fafiola Sagote. Rest in peace, who passed away October 2022. He said in the interviews, like leading up to the release of this movie, Saili's story, the things that Saili has to deal with throughout this movie, being like a little person or a dwarf, as they're called in the movie, he has had to deal with his whole real life.
Yeah.
Like, so he's hoping to be an advocate. And also to spark some change and to treat people like equally instead of looking down on them just because they're physically disabled or different in some other way. But yeah, they were talking smack, bro. They were like, we planted up to the graves, and the person's like, plant past the graves. And if that guy comes around, just like throw him out or something. And it's like they're hella disrespectful. But I wanted to like ask you, Matt, was that not a weird place for the graves to be?
Oh,
like in the middle of the plantation?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is, bro. Like, I mean, like we said, like we learned later on that's his land, but it's like, I guess that's just what it is, man. Like the guys who were occupying him and his family's land were just like, man, fuck it, dude. Fuck it, you know? But like, I guess without those yams there, it would have been cool. He doesn't have a house there, right? Or maybe he does?
I mean, I think his house is the one that they're staying in that he has to walk towards, right? So that's probably like family land off of the road. And now that I guess we find out like his parents have passed away, so now it's kind of like no one's really working this land, so those people feel like they can encroach and come over and use it, even though there's, you know, a burial site right there. But I mean, Saili also, he falls asleep on the graves, right? After doing the plantation, cutting a bunch of taro down, doing his work. He wakes up from like a midday nap and is kind of ready to head back to his house. But before he does leave his plantation, he's about to cut down all these taros they planted around his parents' grave. He just goes swap, 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 just cutting them down, cutting the leaves off, throwing them away, so they won't keep growing.
Petty as hell.
You ain't gonna do this over here.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Like, I don't think anybody back home would think to plant plantations by somebody's grave. I would feel like they'd think that's hella taboo. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that family's just hella bold. Like, okay, bro, you do what you will, bro. Yeah, that's a really good point. So, so he gets up, does his pettiness as he should, and he stops by Tongaloa. Big Uso Tongaloa. The Afionga? That's what he is? Is that his title? Is that what he does? Oh, I can't hear you, bro.
Sorry, I was muted. I think Afionga is like one of the levels of chiefdom surnames, right? Afionga. I think Susunga is just like person, but Afionga is like you're a chief.
Oh, okay.
So Ole Afionga Tangaloa. And Tangaloa is like making edicts and stuff. This guy is
bro, he is the realest dude ever, bro. This dude is crazy, bro. He's awesome.
Seen it all, kind of in decline. I think we see like some people come up and they're ready to like take over his title. So they're presenting a new guy who can't even like keep his legs crossed. So Tangaloa's like, does this guy understand Samoan?
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand this. Fold your legs or I'll come over there and break them off. I was like,
oh, man. Was that early in the movie? I remember that. Oh, dude. I kind of felt bad for that guy, though, too, bro. I was like, dude, I understand. Sometimes like, my legs be going numb after a while. I was like, bruh.
Just want to let him out real quick and then bring him back.
Come on, bro. Like, I'm not up for chiefdom. So, bro, you better recognize that if you're up for chiefdom, you got to keep your friggin' legs folded, bro. Quit playing around.
Yeah, that's the type of guy he is. That's gonna happen later. But Tangaloa is like a no nonsense. We get this done. I'm the guy. And he's talking to somebody about, here's what's gonna happen. Go to the village. Tell every family we're gonna donate one cat. And that's going to take it over to the pastor's house. That's going to solve the Faifeau's rat problem. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the type of village stuff he's in charge of. Let's take care of the problems, everybody working together. But Saili sees
like
that.
Head of state. Oh.
Yeah, of the village or the family or whatever level that is. But Saili sees it, and he's sitting outside the Polytickin. You can't even, that conversation isn't even on screen. It's just Saili sitting away from it. Yeah. And you kind of feel like I don't know if he's like yearning to be a part of it, or if this is like showing just how far apart he is from like chiefliness, that he's staying outside the whole time.
Yeah, because it seems like he's very what is it? Not worshiping, but like he
reverent.
He really looks up to he really looks up to Tangaloa, bro, and he looks up to what he does, and he wants to be exactly like that, right? They mention it later on, like if it's the way you speak, your oratory, if it's not how you want it to be, then work on it. You know what I'm saying? I think he sits there and he admires how Tangaloa handles the business over there, so he sees that, he's just like, dude, that's my guy right there.
This guy's getting stuff done. I like this guy.
I like this guy, exactly, man. Tangaloa, he's the fucking realist. So so after that it cuts to Saili and a new female character who goes by Va'aina, his wife, who is also no nonsense herself, very real with her husband, how they talk and how they interact. It was a great showing of their dynamic already early. Just the way that she talked to him, because he can barely walk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's disabled or whatever. He can still walk, but she's just so far ahead of him. Just like, hurry up, Sagote, mai. You want me to carry you? Like, bro, you want me to carry you? I was like, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you could tell they're very close.
I also thought it was kind of like, I was like, why is she being mean to them? Is this like his wife and she's being mean to him? But also it's just like, come on, fool. You start to realize like maybe this marriage wasn't based on, a spark of love and a romance later on. But you see some of that, like, hurry up, fool. Come on, man. They're headed over to the women's pool. And she's like, hop in here. You don't have to walk to the men's pool so far away. If anyone comes, we'll just say you're a turtle. Come. Like making fun of him a little bit. I'm like, oh, this lady is mean.
Yeah, bro.
But like we were talking about this before, the names, Saili and Va'aina. Saili means to search, to look for. I think Va'aina means something that was seen. So I thought that was a nice little kind of pairing of the names, like to search and to already seen. But yeah, they're in the women's pool, and Va'aina is like, so what did Tangaloa say when you talked to him about getting a chief title? Silence from Saili, who hasn't spoken a word yet this whole movie. And she's like, it's like embarrassing, makanga, for your parents to be out there in the plantation. You need to get a chief title so you can save the land and make things better for your family. To which he says, Waya, who am I? I'm nobody. I'm like, no one respects or cares about me. People are talking smack to me at the mamanga. People aren't looking at me when we walk by on the street. My wife talks shit to me on the way to the pool. Like, who am I? And his wife says, God gave you a mouth and a heart, and that's all you need. You just got to step up and do it.
Oh, damn.
So it's like, okay, this is like a real relationship. Maybe it's not based on attraction, but it's like, yo, me and you together need to figure out how to get this done. And I can't do it. You have to do it. So
wait. You think their relationship was just transactional? There wasn't no legit love there? Whoa, Lance!
I don't
Lance,
know.
Whoa!
Yeah, I don't think they were like. I mean, and we learned later that it was like a quick get together.
Really? Oh, we got to get to that part. Hold, because I don't. Oh, yo, man, okay, I interpreted it way differently, bro. I like the way that she talks to him. You want me to carry you on your back? That sounds like a real close relationship to me. I
think that was a diss.
I've been made fun of by the girls that I've been with. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever take it like, oh, whatever. It's just us talking smack to each other. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Whoa, I guess we've just had very different relationships, and I don't know. Because the way, their relationship was like, oh, dude, yeah. I've seen a lot of relationships like that where, from the outside, it looks like they're just talking shit to each other, but they probably have a really good rapport, behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? And they did. They no, I'm questioning everything. Hold on, bro.
I was looking at her face when she said it. Like, it wasn't like a... bro, you want me to carry you? It was like,
yeah.
Do you want me to carry you? I was like, oh, okay. She's like, why? But also, you've been married to this guy for 17 years. Why are you like, why is this different from any other day? Like,
right. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. They have been married for a long time. And that's interesting, bro. We really didn't talk about that, but we
nice.
can. We'll get there. Hell yeah. Okay. So so she's berating him. What happened?
Vainga, played by Tausili Pushparaj.
She was good. Yeah, she was really good too.
Yeah, I feel like she carried a bunch of the movie. Probably like the underrated star of the story.
Straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to her.
Yeah. I wanted her to win, man. You know. Man.
I was not ready for how that happened.
No, I wasn't expecting that to happen at all. I was just like, oh, dude, she's gonna get through it, and yeah, exactly. She's gonna get through it, and whatever, you know. But oh man, I'm whatever. This movie's incredible. So.
They're waiting outside for the saw.
Yes.
Which was also a nice little throwback back home.
Every time I see something like that, I'm just like, yeah, bro. That's like the part I loved about Next Goal Wins, too. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing that in, I was just like, oh, yeah, bro. I'm back in Samoa. So, yeah, that was a great shot. When they were just chilling there. Yeah, she just, you know, she wants, it just seems like she just wants what's best for Saili. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she was berating him, but I feel like that's what wives be doing. That's how people just be, you know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know. It was good to see. So, there's a whole bunch of shots, just quiet shots. There's not really a lot of talking until like maybe more of the middle towards the end. But yeah, a lot of this movie just does have a lot of like static shots of just different scenery, things that you think are random at that too. Hold on.
Oh, I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, it's not that. It's just the video. But, yeah, like there's a whole bunch of static shots, right? Of just things that are seemingly unrelated. Mm-hmm. They seem unrelated, but when you like dig into what you're watching, it's like it's kind of it all tells a story, right? Visual storytelling.
What are you thinking of? Is there a certain scene? I agree with that. There's like just like a village scene and just one person just like walking, but it looks like just a big like area shot. But that I feel like that transported me back home a lot, seeing those big shots.
Hell yeah. The shot like of them during the saw, when it was just showing them and what they do during the saw and what we do during it, you know, you have to literally sit still, do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then the whistle, or what was it, a whistle or
a conch shell.
Yeah, conch shell. Yeah, something, you know, and then you can move again. But also you put in the note too, and it's been on my mind, the snail. There's a part where they just show a shot of a snail just moving very slow. And I seen what you put for that, and I'm like, damn, that's a really good thought about that. Because I was trying to figure out why they had that shot in there at all.
Right. You know? Like I thought it was just another throw-in transition shot, right? Let's just get some B-roll or some stuff around there. But
you know what I'm saying?
That is the pace of life. That kind of snails, everything's slower. That snail's pace, so to say. That island life, kind of island time. You know, we'll get done when we get done, or we'll do it whenever we do it. Just kind of like that. But yeah, that snail I thought was funny. I was like, yep.
Yeah, there's a whole exactly. There's there's a whole bunch of like seemingly unrelated shots that just don't seem to make sense. But until you think about it, it's like, oh well, actually, no. Every shot in here is telling something about the story that you're watching or that's unfolding in front of you. So, yeah, I can't. You know, I gotta watch this movie again.
Yes, I'm probably gonna do the same.
Hell yeah, there's so much to unpack from this movie. So after the saw, what happens after the saw?
We find out what Saili's day job is, or night job. He is, they go home, and while the family is going down to sleep, he's picking up his mat and like his bag of things. And he heads over to the front of Joni's market, where he's like the night watchman for the store. So he puts his like fallout and he puts out all his stuff and yeah, at first I didn't understand that was his job, and I was like, why is he sleeping not in his house? But yeah, he has to stay awake all night. and make sure nothing happens to Joni's market, which we will be back to.
Yeah, will we, bro? Shit, man. After that, it's morning. Cut to morning. A car arrives, right, and then we're introduced to another character and and more family, and it's Va'ainga's brother Poto, who you learn is the chief of their village. And he comes with his entire family. I think his wife, their mom.
Well, I think this time it's just him and his two friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just him and two other guys.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when they have company. Okay, so he comes in, and then what is it? Let's see. He's coughing, and he asks, "Where is this? The house? This the house?" They come in, and this is when Litia. That's when you're also introduced to Va'ainga's daughter, Litia. Cheeky ass Litia. She's getting ready for school, and Va'ainga is telling her like, "Hey, we have company. I need you to stay behind and help." And Litia's telling her like, "No, I'm gonna be friggin' late," but
but she ends up staying.
Yeah, she ends up
putting out the mats, pouring the tea.
So as you said, you got Va'ainga, and she's facing her brother and two other dudes, right? And this is the conversation about. This is when they have the conversation about coming back home.
Yeah.
For Va'ainga to come back home because apparently he has some kind of sickness going on. You see that when he comes in, he has a bandage, a wrapping around his leg. So from there, once you explain what happened, like why how he got that and what he felt.
He feels fingernails scratching at his leg is what he says. He's got a wound that won't go away. He's got it wrapped up in like some gauze and stuff. But we find out that, he thinks it's a sickness from beyond the grave. And he also mentions that, he's talking to Va'ainga and he's like, our parents, don't approve of you continuing to be banished. And we're like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? Apparently she's been banished for 17 years from her village. And Poto's trying to make it right now so that his leg will heal up. I think it's just, to heal up his leg, right? Because he could have forgave his sister or came talk to his sister way before this. But this seems like a very...
Exactly.
Yeah, like he was just trying to save his leg. And he thinks it's because his parents, don't approve of her continuing to be banished through all this time. Yeah. So he's like, you want to, you should come home. Don't worry about what anybody says. It's been a long time. If anybody's got a problem, they probably forgot. Probably forgot about you, forgot about the issue, which we don't find out what it was that banished her yet. But he's like, people probably forgot about it. And if they, have a problem, leave it up to me. I'll take care of it. But you should come home and make this curse go away. And she's like, why are you here?
You know what I'm saying? Like she was just adamant about like, dude, I don't want to go. Leave me alone, dude.
No. Yeah. Would you want to go back to the village that threw you out on your own with nothing?
Bro. No, bro. Yeah. No, I wouldn't. Exactly. But, culture stuff, like that's such an interesting thing too. And the reason why we find like her banishment, the reason for her banishment when we find out later on is just like, that sounds hella Samoan. That's hella Samoan right there. Because I be hearing a lot of that. Yeah, very accurate. So, yeah, bro. Va'ainga's just very adamant about not going home. So like, no, dude, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go at all. So Poto and his homies leave. They get up and leave. And, they're clowning him. They are straight clowning this fool Poco, bro. They're just like, dude, we have a chainsaw back at the we have a chainsaw back in the village, bro. We can cut your leg off right now. I was like, damn, dude. I forget, stupid. I be forgetting how much how savage we can be to each other, right?
Yeah, right. It's all just jokes. It's all just jokes.
Yeah.
Let's say that's some digging ass. Yeah. Hey, want to fix your leg? We'll just cut it off.
Well, fuck you, man. Yeah, man. 17 years banished, bro.
That's crazy.
So, but then there's a shot of he's also asking though, right? Is this the part where he's asking her, where's your husband?
Yeah.
Where's your husband? Yeah. So he's
like, whose house is this? My husband's house.
Where are you?
Where is your husband? My husband's at work. When's he get back? Late this evening. Oh, we are. Vaiga is not trying to have them come in and see her like dwarf husband. Like she does not want them to know anything about it. But yeah, they're she's like dodging the whole time. But yeah, they leave and who is it? Litia's still at home, and Vaiga's like, okay, you can go to school now. And she's like, no, it's too late. I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah.
And she gets out of like her school clothes and you see her walk off in the background as the mom starts to kind of craft a new find mat. She's about to make a find mat from scratch and she's about to make a new one. But as that happens, you also see through the doorway that Litia is walking away from the house and about to go ka.
Yeah. So she spots the Uso Saili chilling. He wasn't at work. He was actually hiding in the taro plants, right? In the bushes.
Yeah. Because he gets off like at dawn, right? He gets off in the morning when the store opens or something.
Yeah.
So he was hiding when that whole conversation was going down. But you see them talking a little later, and she's like, she makes a point to him to say, when I die, bury me out here in front of this house. Okay. I'm just worried because, I might die and I don't know where you're going to bury me. When are you going to bring your parents, away from the plantation and bury them in front of the house? And we address that again before we switch to another scene.
Yeah, man. After all that, with the conversation with Vaiga and Saili, right, where they're talking about burying her, we're cut back to Tongaloa, OG Tongaloa, and he's
this is it.
Yeah, this is the part where the chiefs are having a little meeting about replacing Tongaloa. Because he's an old man. He's up there in age, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how much longer he can last in the role. And then this is when you have the guy who they promoted to become his successor can't even keep his friggin' legs folded for that long. He's over here in pain and shit. And then that's when Tongaloa just starts banging on him like, bro, you look at you. You want him to replace me. And he can't even keep his legs folded? Fold your legs. This is an insult to me. Just talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
Hella shit. Oh, I love that part, bro. So, yeah.
And then they leave. They have to all walk out in shame. The guy they nominated to take over for this guy is not cutting it.
Yeah, bro.
I think Saili's sitting out there when that happens too. And then what is he? I don't know if he saw that one, but
I can't remember if Saili was there.
I think it might be the one of the next parts, but he's definitely sitting outside. I think when on a different time. But we're back at the house where Litia is helping her mom make that find mat later. Continuing to like weave stuff. She's like stripping the leaves so that they can be woven into the mat. And she's like, yo, what is this mat for? Like, why are you making a brand new mat all of a sudden? And the mom talks about, I was banished from my village a long time ago. Disgraced. She says she disgraced her family and she can't go back. I feel like this was a roundabout way of answering the question. I was like, that's not an answer. But she starts giving like her life story. She's like, a long time ago, I was banished from my village because I disgraced my family. I was 17 years. Plot device. And she's like talking like, I don't want anything to do with them. And she's like, yo, but they showed up in a nice yellow truck, like a brand new car. That's pretty dope. Can I go live with them? Are they rich? And she's like, nah, you're not doing that. Everything you need is right here in this village with this family. This is your family.
Yeah. Yeah. Throughout the whole movie, she's weaving that find mat. And then even after what happens, that find mat, that's a very special find mat that we're going to obviously get to later. But man, Oh man, the context surrounding that mat is so sad, bro. But we'll get there. After the conversation between Vainga and Litia, we're cut to Saili back at work, and well, I mean, he's not at work yet. It's just cuts to a couple that's in front of Joni's market, and this dude is just laying it on thick. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to get it in with his girl. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk to your dad. Tell him about my intentions for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I want to give you my heart.
Yeah, like, no. No, if you come to my house, I'm going to throw rocks at you.
My dad has a gun, okay?
Yeah,
he's going to shoot you.
Yeah. So as he's over there just schmoozing it up with her, right? This is when Saili walks in the frame and then lets him know, like, hey, you can't be here at night.
Right.
I can't be here. And then that's when the kid was acting hella disrespectful. Like, all right, dude, we'll leave when we'll leave in a little bit. Little fucking shitheads. You know what I'm saying? Little shithead team.
Find that inch kind of people and then exploit it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll just stay here for a little bit. And then hours later, still there. And like, well, just.
Exactly. That's when you pull a Saili and do that petty shit that he did. Pull out the Salulima and just start sweeping, doing your job. Like, all right, I told these little motherfuckers if they want to be here, then I'm gonna just sweep the fuck out of this shit until they leave. I'm doing my job. I did exactly what I'm supposed to do.
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, for real. So he shoos them away, and tells them to fuck off. Well, he doesn't tell them anything. They leave, but they're talking their shit. So it was just a cool little scene to show, the nightly happenings of Saili's job and stuff. And yeah.
There's also a radio playing as he's setting up his stuff in front of Joni's market, and it's like, who is he talking to? But he's like,
oh, dude,
I forget the name. That would have been
girl. Yeah, it was just another motherfucker trying to reach out to a girl.
Josephina,
yeah.
Where are you? I miss you.
Yeah.
I bought you all those things. The clothes that you're wearing with that man, I gave to you.
The song that's playing right now, it was playing when we met. Right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, Dimmy G, Jammy K. On the airwaves. Dedication night. And then it cuts away. Yo, I thought that was funny.
That was hard, bro. So after that was a tight scene. But after that, we're cut to Saili's parents' graves again. And you put more saplings, so as more yams were sprout up around it again.
They've come and plant more small ones, right? So they're bringing the small ones and planting them by his parents' grave to use the land around them. And he's like, nah. Sing, sing, sing.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, but they hear him.
LA Night.
They see him they hear him. Right, what's LA Night?
Oh, no, the wrestler.
Oh,
L.A. Night. Yeah. Nah. I'm gonna cut these fucking yams right now. Nah. So
they're yelling. The people next door are like, "Yo, is he cutting down the tails again?
Yeah.
Yo, get over there! Hey, we're gonna beat you up when we see you!" And they run.
And the way it was shot, though, like it looked like he was gonna get caught.
For sure.
But when he comes back and he's gone, I was like, dude, that was actually really cool editing right there. Because it was like he was taking his time to cut everything. Like he was just like, man, fuck him. I know I can't outrun them. I'm gonna just keep cutting them till they come. But then when they show up, he's gone. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Saili made it out in time. Good, thank God. That shit had me on the edge of my seat type shit. I was like, oh, dude, I think I catch him and cut him up. Fuck.
Yo, yeah, they're hella mad at him later on in the movie too, because this is work that they're doing, right? They're like, I'm taking hours to plant more yams and stuff and plants, and he's just cutting them down and nullifying all their work. He's like, but really, don't be planting stuff around my parents' graves.
Yeah. Exactly.
See, and then we get to we get a shot back to the rugby field. We go out to the Malai where they're practicing rugby, and we get introduced to the rugby coach who is giving a team meeting to the rugby players on the field. I thought this was not needed for the story, really, but put in there just because it was great. It was great acting, great. Well done. It was funny. But he's giving them, telling them about how, do you guys love me? Because I'm the only coach that hasn't been in the newspaper, okay? So if you love me, play right so that, we can have a good team. I was on the Auckland team. You know why the team was good? Because of me. But also because of the 3Ds.
Yeah.
The 3Ds. The whole scene right there, I think, was just like a big, like they put a joke in that landed. It was funny.
That's a good point, man. It was definitely like a moment of like levity, I think the word is, or like, hilarity that's needed in a movie like this, because this movie gets dark really quickly.
Good point.
And it was a good way to lighten the mood, you know what I'm saying? And also set the stage for to introduce another character.
Good point.
Which was the Uso. Oh, he's not my Uso. Fuck this guy. He's a fucking Wuso, bro. He's not a Uso. He a Wuso, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was that fool Sio. And Sio is, he's the big man over there on the rugby team. You know what I'm saying? And by the way,
one of the captains or something.
Yeah, one of the captains.
I was gonna ask you, what were the 3Ds?
The 3Ds, bro. The 3Ds, according to the coach, is what? Discipline, defense. But he only said the first two. And then this is when we get introduced to Sio. It's like, suddenly, you only said two. What's the third?
Not listening D.
Yeah.
What's the other D? You said 3Ds, you only give us 2Ds.
Yeah. And then the coach says, le taco. Taco.
Why taco?
It's like, damn, this is Samoan as hell, bro. This movie is hella Samoan, bro. That part was hilarious, bro. That part was hilarious. So, oh my God, taco shit.
Yeah. Litia is off the side of the field watching the rugby practice with one of her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And they see Saili walking on the other side of the field. I guess he's walking home or walking by or something. And her friend makes a joke, you go over there with your short dad or something. And Litia responds, that's not my dad. Right? Yeah. She's like, that's not my dad. I don't see him as my dad. And I'm like, wait, he's married to your mom, and wait a minute, some wheels are turning here.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Maybe she just hates him.
Right.
Maybe she's he's a dwarf, right, guys? We hate dwarfs.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh God, I fucking hate Litia now. You know what I'm saying? I hate her even more. And then,
crap.
What an ungrateful daughter. But man, it's deeper than that. It goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
So wait. Oh yeah, what happens after that? So after she tells her friend that that's not his dad, this is when Vainga, it cuts to Saili back at work, back at Joni's market. And Vainga comes and sits with him and asks where Litia is at because she hasn't come home yet. And over here acting cheeky as hell, not coming home. She's out late at night. You know what I'm saying?
Saili first says, did you check the Malai? Did you check the rugby field? And I'm like, why do you guys know that she likes to at the rugby field?
I didn't even put that together till just now, dude. Come on, bro. And then this is when Vainga was like roasting him too. Not roasting him, was just like, dude, how can you even defend this store? Like, why did Tangaloa give you this job? I don't even think he answered that.
He said, I see you talking shit about me right now. Don't do that. Because she's like, why do you even have this job? How can you defend this? How can you be the defender of this store if anything happens, right? You're like so small, diminutive. How are you going to stand up for the store? And he's like, why are you talking shit for? She goes and but also he makes a joke. He's like, I'll use the broom. I'll use the hand broom I have, the Salima. She goes and picks up like a bunch of big rocks, not big rocks, but like you can throw with, and brings them. And she's like, use these rocks if anyone tries to come and make problems. And he takes the rocks and he like throws them away from them. So I don't need no damn rocks.
For real.
This is my shit.
This is my shit.
But he looked hella mad and stuff, and then it cuts away. But I'm like, what is this? Like, why is he being so against the help?
Yeah.
But I think it's because he sees it as demeaning or emasculating. Like, why is my wife telling me how to defend stuff? I can do this my damn self. But yeah, definitely another disconnect where they're like not on the, I guess, same page. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, it cuts back to back home, and it's showing Litia wrapping her stomach with like what looks like, you know, a wrap or bandages or something. She's wrapping her stomach to, you know, to, I guess, to not show.
Tighten it
to not show a certain something. And this when Vaanga was like, you know what, dude, where the hell have you been, dude?
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like a push shot, so you don't see her, but you hear the mom in the background. Just roasting the daughter, like, you know, yeah, where were you? What have you been doing last night? All that.
So this is what you got in bold right here. This is what she says. I don't even remember reading this part. She said, "You're 17 years old. Use your head. Don't rush into anything you're not ready for."
Yeah, she's like, yo, where were you last night? Where were you out crying? You know, you're just a kid. You're only 17 years old. You think you know the world? You know, I'm sure like our parents were talking to us when we're thinking we know everything and stuff. That you're just a kid, right? You have no idea what is going on in the world and like what can happen. So be smart. Don't rush into anything that you're, you know, not ready for, even if you think you are. Yeah, and that I feel like that 17 number rang an immediate alarm when she was like, "You're 17, okay? You don't know shit." And I was like, "Wait a minute,
something happened 17 years ago. What was that?"
Your daughter's 17. You were banished from your village 17 years ago. I'm starting to be like, okay, so maybe like a out of wedlock pregnancy or like a teen pregnancy, something like that.
And you realized that way earlier than I did because it took me fucking forever. I think I realized that towards the end. I was like, wait a minute, she like 5 minutes until the credits. I was like, oh, wait a minute, she had a wedlock. Oh shit, this is why oh my god, this is why they fucking kicked her out. I love the fact that they don't spoon feed it to you, bro. They give you subtle clues throughout the entire movie of the entire story that's unfolding in front of you, and you have to figure it out yourself. And then once you finally figure it out, you know, like towards the end of the movie, it makes it all the more rewarding. So yeah, this fucking movie is incredible. Again, I'll say it again.
Well written, well shot, well put together.
Come on. So after Vaanga is berating Likia about where she's been and stuff, you know, Likia is dressed up, ready for school. You know, she wrapped her stomach and she was just, you know, getting ready for school. She finally leaves the house and she's about to go, and there's 3 big bitches. Three big women, all right, are coming to, they're looking for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Us as the audience already know that, you know, they're probably looking for old girl right there, Likia. And Likia's just like, all right, cool, whatever. Tries to avoid them.
Tries to cross the street, not on their side.
They follow
the group crosses the street onto her side, so she crosses back to the initial side. The group crosses back to the initial side. They're like, Oh, yeah. You need to pay attention. Context clues. Context clues.
So then that's what they just start fucking booking it as fast as the little legs can carry them to. You know what I'm saying? And they just start talking shit to her like, hey, come here. Beat the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, God damn, dude. How many times have I seen shit like that, bro? That's so, oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. So Likia's backing up, you know what I'm saying? She's throwing down with them, you know what I'm saying? She's fucking getting catching their fade.
Yep.
You know?
Catching the fade for real.
You know, she's catching their fades, you know what I'm saying? But then she has to run home. It's 3-on-1.
Yeah.
You know?
Size difference too. Like,
you know what I'm saying? So it's 6-on-1. No, that's fucked up, Lance. No.
So she runs home.
I'm not making fun of my Samoan sisters, bro. I'm just saying these characters are just like
this is adults versus a
child.
Yeah.
I will talk shit to adults talking shit to a child like that in a fucking movie, all right? Yeah. 3 big bitches talking shit to a fucking child. I still don't feel good about that one. Okay, so she runs back to the house, gets she runs back to the house, and Vanya's just like, dude, what the fuck? You're supposed to be in school, dude. Yeah. And I don't know how Vanya can just be so cold. Like, bruh, she comes home and her uniform is messed up. Her hair is fucked up. She's got some blood coming out. And she's like, dude, why aren't you in school?
I think it's obvious. Like, dude, context clues, Vanya.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you bleeding right now? But no, she just didn't seem concerned enough until those big girls came in and was just like, hey, your daughter? Your daughter came over here and was just flirting with my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going in. That's when, boom, right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit.
That's when, that's
out here being cheeky.
Now we know, like, we have the, like, pregnancy rap kind of, what was it they showed us? And then we also have now someone's wife is coming to like beat her up for talking to the her husband, right? So now we're like, okay, this is kind of the words. Sorry, I keep thinking of that Cat Williams skit.
Which one? No, which one?
No, now don't get offended. I'm only calling you bitches because I don't know your names individually.
Well, it works. I don't know their fucking names. They don't give their names, and it's a movie.
Yeah, I feel it's more their actions than their.
We're not talking. Oh, okay. I just keep digging myself a hole. I just gotta chill. Yo, that Cat Williams sketch is crazy.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. Oh, shut up. Yeah, so we know that not only is she flirting with someone, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So now we've got a person coming in and like saying, you've been flirting with my husband. The mom doesn't believe it. She's like, yo, chill out. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
This is kind of embarrassing. You guys are women. This is a child, you're having a problem with. And then the wife threatens to like whoop both of them in the house. Like, I'll beat you up too. Yeah. Like, I'll beat you and your daughter up here in your house. This is not your village.
Exactly. You're not
even from here. I'll wreck your shit. This is my village.
Yeah.
But they end up leaving. And Letia's like, Mom, don't believe them. They're talking crazy, You don't listen to what they're saying. And now it's like more confirmation. I'm like, oh, this girl is
that's what you
girl's lying. What a liar. Mom, don't believe them. They're wild. Yeah. They're tripping.
Yeah, for real.
She's just looking around all crazy and stuff. I was like, I've lied as a kid. I know what that feels like. No, I did not take Tommy's bicycle. I found this one by myself apart.
Hell yeah, Letia was all of us. We were all pregnant.
She's like, don't listen to them, Mom. So and now we're assuming that she is pregnant by this person's husband. We do get that's like a big kind of reveal to us, I will say. And I feel like the movie kind of switches over back to Samoan customs and traditions, because we get moved to like two chiefs talking to each other in front of a family house, talking about where a person should be buried and what is presentable, what is traditional. But it feels like politics. Like they're two guys that want different things, and what they're doing now is just like having a debate in front of people for whose decision should be, or what the decision should be, how it should go.
That's a really good that's a really good way to look at chiefs, man. The politicians, the state representatives of your village. Yeah,
and I feel like the talking chiefs, the high talking chiefs, all have like their purpose. And kind of like domain, but they're speaking for a people or for a village or for a family. And maybe the families want different things to happen with some land, like where this person should be buried, which is what they're talking about here. But I feel like those chief scenes were some of my favorite because they were like, it was like a battle, bro. It was like, you know, let me throw out this suggestion, which is like kind of an attack. And then the other chief is like, I know my family doesn't want that, so I'm going to have to say no, but I'm going to have to do it in such a way that's like still respectful and keeps us on good terms. But they get into it a little bit. They start, we need that guy to be buried with our family's house, not with your, not just because it's your son-in-law or something like that. It's nah, this is my family now.
That's crazy because I'm like drawing a blank on this interaction. I think I just remember Saili being there. Mm-hmm. And then the yellow truck that you got in the note, the yellow truck.
Yes.
But I don't remember. Damn, I'm drawing a blank on this, on their debate. But
right, because it's not two families in the movie, right? These are like two separate families, but they're just showing like these high chiefs like making a decision together.
And if that's what they were talking about with the thing, that's basically the entire movie in the nutshell. You know what I'm saying? Like what they're trying to figure out as far as the graves and stuff. Yeah, that's the entire crux of this movie is the family. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those chiefs aren't part of the big major families that are in the movie, but what they're talking about is the central plot throughout the whole movie. So that's crazy that you know.
Where are you going to be buried?
I'm drawing a blank on that. Yeah. Where are you going to be buried? Oh, you're asking me?
No, I'm saying
Okay. Oh, like in the movie, I was like, oh, bro, I don't know. We'll think about that later. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Because I was gonna say, like with the Chiefs, every time that a Chief scene came up, right? Because I don't speak Samoan, you know, I barely understand it. So it was like a cool glimpse into what it is that they're talking about when they do have these big things, these big falavelavas, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of it is kind of mundane, like kind of boring. Like, tell everybody in the house to get one cat, donate one cat, and then give it to the pastor to get rid of the rat problem. It's like you're literally like, it's like a town hall meeting. You're just coming over here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at it like now. Because every time I see chiefs talking, I'm just like, dude, somebody's getting a big promotion. Somebody's, into a chief, or something big is going on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just really mundane, everyday shit that these chiefs are talking about, but it's all for the betterment of the village. So I thought that was a really cool thing to show for someone as ignorant of the culture as I am. I was just like, oh, dude, this is what the fuck they be talking about sometimes. I always just kept it up to like huge chiefly things, not the mundane, the mundanity of of regular life.
I feel like those regular life ones are like, day to day, and then you have these falavelavas that are like big, everybody get together. And those are like for a specific person, like a death or like a promotion or a title.
Those are what I'm used to seeing.
And then those can be like have different issues, but then the way they just bring them up, it's not just like we're collecting suggestions or anything. It's each person has to have like a speech ready to go.
Man,
there have to be different parts of that speech that are respectful, but also asking for change, and then also kind of flattering. Maybe we have some gifts and like other stuff, but like I feel like it's all part of a plan for the representative to try to get what his people want him to get for them, right? So it's like, let's put together our best plan and put it forward, and hopefully they accept that. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like, you take your one appa and your one fala, and you can go home before you miss the bus, dog.
I never thought that would be possible. I always thought it was like a 5-mat minimum. You know what I'm saying? A 5-case minimum. I didn't know you could just dictate how much a fucking family gets based on what kind of value they bring to the table, bruh. That's some Game of Thrones shit right there, dude. Like, this is our culture is kind of wild when you think about it, man. But damn, shit, I would not want any of these chiefly responsibilities, bruh. Fuck all that.
It's that real like service. You lead through service, and even if you're a high chief, you still have to I'm sure you get your perks and whatever, you get the envelopes, you get treated well, but you still have to speak for and advocate for the people, the family, the village. That's your job. That's your responsibility as a Matai, right?
Responsibilities that I'm just not worthy of. I am not worthy of that responsibility. I'm good, bud. Y'all can have that. So, throughout all this, right, through the chiefs debating and talking about the situation with the graves and the families, Saili is there, just bearing witness. He's
kind of smiling.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh snap, he really said that.
Yeah, like he's treating it like for real, like a huge debate, like a show. Like he loves it. He's enjoying it. He's soaking it all in. You know what I'm saying? And with the chief talk from Vainga earlier, like this is something that he's really trying to soak in and absorb and, be that guy for his dead parents. You know what I'm saying? To get them back. So yeah, it was cool. But then is this the first time you see the yellow truck? It's the first time
I'm not sure if they showed it when Boto first shows up to the house with his two friends, but you definitely see this yellow truck pass by, and Saili notices it too, and he's like, "What is that?" So he is like, "Oh snap, I gotta go home." He gets up, he forgot himself, he was too busy watching the ceremony. He's like, "Oh damn," but he starts walking home. But we cut back to the house where a bunch of people are walking in to Vainga and Saili's house, but talking about what is this place? Oh, she married a taro farmer or something like that. But this is Vainga's family who have come to talk to her and try to convince her to come home. And it's like the whole family, right? She's got like a lot of people. It's like, if you think the women don't like you, I'm gonna bring all the women here to your house and we can have a talk and they can tell you, it's okay. Come home, please come home. But
yeah, Boto comes in and is just trying to regulate. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to, he's still trying to convince her to come back. You know what I'm saying? He brings the whole family into, trying to bribe, kind of like a way to just show her like, yeah, we want you back. You know what I'm saying? But there's still an ulterior motive with Boto. You know what I'm saying? You already know that like he's in it for self. And then his wife is a freaking jerk, bro. She is a handful, bro. I'm like, dude, I've seen so many aunties like her.
I wanted to flick her face.
Yeah, bro. She was really like, just.
Why are you being nasty? Why are you being mean?
For
Can
what?
You chill out.
Are you trying to be the chief? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, whoa. Yeah.
Like, who are you, bud? Like, we get it, dude. Like, is this Macbeth? Who the fuck are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy. But this is when the old lady, right? I think it was like their aunties or something. Mm-hmm. That's when she points out, to Vainga, like, hey, you look sick. And I didn't really think of that though, right? Until that point, I was like, damn, she kind of does look a little sickly. I just thought, I just chalked it up to she's a little older, you know what I'm saying? She's And I interpreted it differently, bro, because they kept going on about, sickness from beyond the grave. And I was thinking in my mind immediately went to, it's affecting Vainga too. Maybe she doesn't go back to the village. But,
okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but then, obviously as the movie unfolded, like, well, no, maybe that's not the case because, she was definitely in the right, depending on how you look at things.
I definitely think she was in the right for not returning home, even though but the whole family wants you to. Fuck that. I don't care. You guys threw me out. Mm-hmm. Over 15 years ago, told me to kick rocks, go find my own life. No help. I haven't heard from y'all.
Are you sure you want me back, or do you want me back because Boto's over here got this weird ass scratch on his leg? Do you really want me back home, or is it just to fix this fucking idiot?
It's just for that. Even the wife gives off that vibe hard because she's like, why are you being so... This is your brother, and then we should just throw you in the car and just take you back. Don't cry for her.
Yeah, bro.
Don't waste your tears on this girl. Mm-hmm. She's so stupid. And Vainga's like, yo, I mean, I didn't need any more confirmation, but I'm serious with you guys. You wasted your gas, okay? I don't want to go back to that village, okay? I'm sorry. I've already told you, but you guys are not listening. I don't want to go back, and I won't.
I'm not the cause of your problem. I've told you many times. And, you know, they're just not having it, man. They don't want to honor Vanya's wish, bro. Like, they've just been so selfish about this whole thing. So after that, that's when we get a shot of Saili. This is when he's on his way home, right?
He's still walking home. It takes a little longer for him, right?
Yeah.
So he's still.
It takes a little longer.
Same yellow truck,
get
though.
There. Yeah. He gonna get there. But yeah, that same yellow truck passes by, and then that's when you know that something shady is going on, right? If I'm seeing the same yellow truck within the first 5 minutes of each other, then it's like, oh yeah.
He tells Vanya later that night, after Vanya tells him she can't find Litia. Where is this girl? I just want to fussy her.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is after she'd been gone out in the village all day trying to find her, and Saili's been home alone after that yellow truck left, and he was like, yo, I thought you left with your family. I thought you, were never coming back home again. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, I'm not going to go back with them over my dead body, is what she says.
I don't even remember her saying that, but that just made me even sadder, bro.
She's like, I'm not going back over my dead body, you know? But you can see she's starting to look frail, definitely feels some sort of sickness. She asks Saili to go get the leaves to kind of fulfill her, massage her. And is this the part? I feel like this might have been, she's getting fulfilled. She's laying down. And she looks like her face is about to start crying. Mm-hmm. And she says, my heart hurts so much right now.
She wasn't laying down yet. She was still getting fulfilled by the leaf. And then she was getting fulfilled. And then that's when she started feeling her heart. And then the ragged breathing. And then that's when she says that. She says, my heart hurts. It hurts.
Oh, see, I thought she was talking about figuratively, my heart hurts, but literally her heart was hurting.
Yeah. She was literally massaging her chest, bro. She was just like, my heart hurts. And I was just like, oh my God, no. And so
depression, stress. What do you think that is?
I was about to ask you the same thing. I don't know. It's probably a pre-existing condition that's been going on, but I think it's like what you said earlier. All the stress of what's been going on around her, especially lately, is probably just building up and getting to her. And now it's fully really bringing her down. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like all of this has just been leading up to, what's just high amounts of stress, bro. Her daughter is fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Saili is not, doing his chiefly duties by bringing his parents down from the grave, like you said. And now she's got her brother on her fucking ass trying to come back home to fix this thing that she has no responsibility for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she's getting attacked by all angles, and then, it looks like she's been battling this kind of disease for whatever it was for a long time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because at the beginning of the movie, she looks sickly and frail. Right?
Oh, what?
That together. Yeah. She looked pretty weak throughout the movie. It wasn't in the beginning of the movie. And then she just, obviously gradually lost her strength, but she looked pretty frail from the beginning.
She definitely starts to get that frail, ragged, kind of sunken face, kind of feel. I thought at the beginning that she looked regular, and this was just a stress Samoan kind of sickness that hit her. Something not necessarily supernatural, but not physical until it became
see, supernatural is really cool too, because you know how freaking what's it called, superstitious we are in this culture, right? And they're talking about injuries from the grave and whatnot. I didn't look at it as supernatural at all, her sickness. I thought it was just actually no,
already started and then kind of revealed due to the stress and stuff.
Right. And I thought, I take that back. I thought a supernatural, something would happen in the movie because they're so adamant about it and shit, but it's really not. It's more spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's all spiritual. It's not really that. When you say that, it sounds more like fiction or science fiction or something, or like a fantasy. But when it's like spiritual and I don't know, God and heaven and hell type shit, it's different. To me, it was different. So maybe it wasn't paranormal or supernatural, but definitely something spiritual going on. And I don't like it one bit. It's still all scary to me, brother. It's scary as hell.
Do you think it's bad luck to cover people's graves with like just chopped up taro leaves? Or
I would think so. To desecrate it in any way. Even if it's, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like a little accidental like mark with your paintbrush or something, I'm like, oh dude, fix that right now.
Yeah,
I can't imagine getting like peeled off yams on the top of your shit, you know?
That's what we get in the next scene where Saili's back at his family's graves and it's just covered with chopped up vegetation and trash and like just thrown all over the top. And I'm like, oh, disrespectful. Like,
oh, what?
But do you think they were like, oh yeah, you want to like cut down all our stuff? We're just gonna pile it on your parents' graves?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh man, that was bad.
I feel like the kind of people who would still plant yams around a person's graves would be disrespectful to that person's graves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
POSs. You know what I'm saying?
They don't see the graves as anything, right? They're just
well, maybe they do, but it's just like, dude, this is on our land. Fuck him. Or this is in our plantation. Fuck him and his parents. I'm gonna put all them yams on there. He keeps cutting our shit down anyway. Fuck him. You know?
That's crazy.
So, but you know what I'm thinking about is that shot before it shows all the yams all over the graves. It just shows Saili in his face. And he's just like, and you see and you hear all the flies buzzing. You're like, what the fuck is he around a dead body? And then zoom out, boom, yams all over the freaking graves. I was like, oh,
dang, they went there.
My guy's so dirty. Yeah, bro, they went there. Fuck yeah, they did.
Disrespectful.
Hell is disrespectful. But this is when, you know, this is it. I think this is the turning point for, well, maybe a little later on, but this is definitely like one of the turning points in Saili's journey, right? This is when he goes to Tangaloa himself. Finally gets the courage to go and talk to this fool. I think this is the first time he ever talks to him. You know, every time Tangaloa is talking
in the movie, in the
background, yeah. He finally goes over there and talks to him.
Nice, good point.
Yeah, and Tangaloa, you know, he's giving him the rundown on like, okay, well, you want the chief name, okay? You want that? You want to become the chief? And then this is when he says that
it's weird.
Yeah, right. But I think it was to challenge his manhood, to basically call him a woman. Like he was just talking shit. You know how older fools be talking shit to you, trying to roast you, but they really want what's best for you. He was one of those guys. You said it, no nonsense. But he's over here trying to talk some shit to you. Yeah. He will talk some shit to you.
He tells what is he? He tells him like you know why women aren't Tulafales is because you know they don't want to show their breasts in public. And I'm like, why would they have to do that?
Yeah, because they don't get the chiefly title and they don't speak. And I think that's the point. That's when he gets them and he's just like, I'm gonna show some ass.
It's like,
I'm not a woman. I'm the Orator and I ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he questions him. He's like, do you have any balls?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's asking Saili. Saili's just sitting there like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What am I walking to?
I understand that reaction too. Like, I'm not gonna be like, okay, dude, this dude's actually a good mentor, dude. I should also disrobe in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I think his whole point was to like let him know, like, yeah, if you want to do this, if you want to be the Orator of your family, the high speaking chief, you want to represent, then you have to be fearless. If you're not fearless, then you're just a woman. You're a woman to me, which is also kind of dated. We shouldn't say shit like that, but. That's what he said. That's what he's saying.
He doesn't give titles. That's what he said. That's what he said. He doesn't give titles to stinky pigs. Right?
He doesn't give titles.
I was like,
stinky pigs.
Damn, dog, you calling this man out his name?
Hey, bro, fuck him. Fuck them all, bro. I'm talking law. I don't give a damn.
You know, but he's back home, and Vanga's like, "Why didn't you open your ear? Why didn't you like stand up and copy him? That's what I would have done. You know, you got to be able to get up there, do something, make it happen."
know damn well you wouldn't have said shit. You wouldn't have done that shit.
I think she would have, man. I think she would have. Bro, like in her time and like situation, she's not allowed to like step up and do certain things, right? Like Samoan women throughout time, but not seen as chiefly or, deserving of opinion. So, but I think she, in her journey, like through life, having to step out, be on her own, do stuff, she's kind of like not really caught up in that whole shine that men are only the ones that can lead the way. But the way she talks to freaking Saili and the way she talks to Poto, I think she would have done it. Like, she seems like that I don't care. I'm going to do what my family needs me to do. So
she is a badass. Man.
I agree.
Is a badass. Never mind. Yeah. All right. You've convinced me, bro. So what happened after that?
Bro, Litia is at the freaking rugby field, right? Pregnant Litia, the teenager, is trying to see Sio, the rugby star, captain. I'll say captain. Yeah. And she's asking one of... Yeah, I'm quite tackle. You gotta go. She asked one of the friends, "Can you go and tell him to come over here? I need to talk to him." He's like, "What do you need to talk to him about?" She was like, "He already knows." Like, he runs over there, and you don't hear him, but you see him tell Sio, "Hey, Litia's over there by that tree off the field, and she wants to talk to you." And he waves her off. He's like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And like, he is just like, yeah, eater, bro. Like, he's really just like, I used you for like sex, and I don't want any of the consequences that are about to come through, or drama with like my wife or for whatever reason. But yeah, you definitely, it cuts back to Litia's face, and she's like starting to realize, oh, I'm about to have to handle this my damn self. This guy's gonna shut me out.
Bro, she's only 17, and Sio, you already seen it in his introduction. He looked old as shit.
He looks like one of the older guys on that team.
Come on, bro. He looks like the oldest guy on that team, besides the coach. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when you find out later that it's Sio, the one that she's been, she actually has been having that affair with. Was Sio, and the wife was justified in her actions in wanting to beat her ass, even though she shouldn't. She's still an adult.
Go beat your husband's ass.
Yeah, go beat your husband's ass. He's the one philandering on you.
Yeah, you're like, oh, if only this child wasn't here seducing him. I was like, oh, there are people all over you. Your husband's probably the one that started it.
Exactly.
But now, how does Saili know?
That's what I was confused about, right? Like, well, because he said it at the store, like, did you check the rugby field? So they know that she'd be going over there. But
he got his daughter got beat up. Right, like, Litia got beat up by the girls, right? So maybe that's where it kind of he kind of figures out, well, this is what's going on.
Okay, so that's Sio's wife who came and beat her up. Yeah. And now it's Sio who she talked to, and now she's crying. Maybe it's Sio the one who does it. Okay, yeah. Damn,
well, I mean, bro, whatever it was, he for real knows, because he walks up to the rugby practice and smacks Sio's like ear with his mat. He's like, Sio's sitting down, I think, when this happens, so it's perfect, right? Lines right up. He gives him a baseball swing with the falla, and it hits him. Yeah. The rugby coach, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Why'd you hit him?
Yeah, bro, that shit was hilarious, bro. Fuck you too, Sio. That's what you get,
bro. Yeah. See, and his like co-captains are kind of chuckling, like, because they know why that just happened. Like the dwarf man from the village came and beat up their friend, or tried to smack him. Yep. But yeah, they end up going away, and we see Sio kind of rubbing his ear and looking a little upset back at our main character. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna get you very soon. Well, when we get it, this is where we get that like reveal that why Vainga was banished from her village, because they're back at the house, and Litia walks in, and Vainga now knows that like she's pregnant that Litia is pregnant and from this guy, and she explains, the same thing happened to me. 17 years ago, I was banished from my village for being pregnant.
She didn't say for being pregnant. She said, I fought for you to be here, but you wasted your life. I fought for you to be here, right? Isn't that the part where she says that?
Yeah. So I think after she tells her that like she got banished from the village for that, for the same reason that she's doing it, that's when Litia's like, I don't want this baby. I want to, get rid of it. I don't want to be connected with the dad at all. And that's when the mom's like, I didn't want to go through any of the stuff that I went through, but I fought for you to be here. Okay. Like, that was an option for me too, 17 years ago. But, I fought for love for you, and to have you, and I had to leave my village and start over. Yeah. And that's, that's where it's like, oh, okay. So now the mom is like also stressed that it's like a repeating thing. And she was like trying to do the best for her daughter. And the daughter goes straight into the very same issue of being impregnated out of wedlock and how that's going to affect her life. And the mom's just like, wow, I spent all my life trying to do better for you and do the same thing. So, yeah, we see that conversation too. I felt like was really good, and it showed the differences between the way Litia treats her mom and she treats Saili, who is, I thought, was her dad. But now it's like, oh, okay, this is my single mom had me 17 years ago and then had to find a man to get with so that we wouldn't be shamed of being like a bastard child or something like that.
Oh, I'm still tripping out that that's what you're saying. I could have sworn that it was like legit, like she fell in love with this fool Saili. Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
But hey, hey, you got to show me to that part that had you come to this conclusion, because I'm tripping right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that was just that part of the scene where she was like, I mean, I'm assuming she like didn't get impregnated by Saili?
No. I don't think so either.
Right.
Definitely, like Litia is definitely not his daughter. You know what I'm saying? But they're, I felt like Vainga and Saili really were married out for love. You know what I'm saying? And she's not. He's not the baby daddy. He's not Litia's father. But I think it was like legit love, but we'll get there when we get there, because after that, right after the discussion between Vainga and Litia, we're back at Joni's market, and we're back on the night shift, and this is when I see that you put rugby trio. Rugby trio, rugby CEO. But CEO and his homies come and they confront Saili about him smacking him over there during practice. And so I don't remember the conversation that they had, but here in the note it says that his daughter isn't his. This is what CEO was saying to Saili.
Yeah, CEO's like, for a little guy, you're pretty cheeky, you cause a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. And Saili is looking up at him and he's like, what happened to my daughter? He's like, why I came in there and hit you. Well, why don't you tell me, why don't you say out loud exactly what's going on with my daughter? Yeah. And CEO's response is, she's not your daughter. Okay. She doesn't even like you.
She's ashamed of you, right? That's what he says. Like,
oh my gosh,
ashamed of you. Yeah. So after going in on him, this is when CO slaps him. Which this part was hilarious because it didn't connect. It looked like a wrestling slap.
Yeah.
Dumb nitpicky shit, but that part was hilarious. But it's supposed to be, it's a big confrontation, bro. They come in and they're trying to, they're trying to intimidate this fool Saili. So he slaps him, and then the three walk away.
Slap for a slap.
Yeah,
slap for a slap.
Yeah, but I mean,
but then the second friend gets a second slap.
Oh yeah, a little one in the back of the head. Suddenly, shit, stop fucking around. It's big CEOs. Why you slap him with the matters? I got to slap you on the head like this or now. Shit. Yeah. Oh. when they do the good old thing on the back of your head.
Get your hands up.
Yeah, for real. Fuck you, man.
Invasion of personal space. Yeah. Oh, got you.
Oh, Magwa Ma. Like, oh, shit. Magwa Ma. So Saili doesn't let it go. Bruh picks up a couple of big ass rocks and just starts chucking it at him, bruh. Yeah.
Some of these rocks, go get your Salulima, fool. I thought we weren't throwing rocks. I thought you were too good for rocks.
No, fuck all that. Saili's not too good for rocks. You're gonna pick them up and throw them. So he fucking throws these rocks at Saili and them, and they get into a fucking rock fight like they're all 13 again.
1v3, right? Saili hits like on his first 4 rock throws. Yeah. I'm like, yo, accuracy. Yeah.
And none of those motherfuckers could really get him until like the 6th or 7th rock.
Smaller center mass, you know. It's easier to miss. Target. You can throw the rock, it goes into a window or something in the market or something.
Literally. Yeah, literally fuck their shit up.
Yeah. But Sio really gets him at one point, hits him in the head, and knocks Saili out.
Someone gets him. Big gash on his shit. And then that's when one of the homies, the one that gave him the smack, was just like, dude, I think you killed him, man.
Oh, kiss him.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I think you just killed this man.
Yeah, bro. So, after that, what happens after that? Oh, yeah. So they're back at the house. They're back at home. Mm-hmm. And Vainga is bandaging Saili after what's, he's bandaging him up and letting him rest. And he literally rests there for like, it seemed like the whole, it was literally just a day, just the whole day.
Well, she's asking him, why did they do this to you? And Litia is also in the room at the time. I think she's just doing like chores or cleaning up or something. Yeah. I'm not sure if he like looks over to her or if she like kind of realizes that he just got jumped for like, trying to defend her honor or something, or try to stand up for her. Yeah. But I feel like this is an unspoken part where the bond between Litia and Saili kind of starts building. Because at first she was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that man. That is not my dad. I don't even talk to him. Yeah. But I think she kind of realized that he was like trying to stand up for her when he went and hit Sio at the rugby field earlier. But yeah, she's like, what the heck happened? And he's not saying anything. And then he goes to sleep for a long time while Vainga has to kind of go and deal with like some personal issues. You can see it in her face, man. She's like, what the hell is happening this week? This is crazy. Yeah. I'm not feeling up to this at all. Crazy. Yo, what a week.
Kind of a crazy week. Yeah. Oh, has it, Vainga, bro? For real. This is the part where she goes off. You said she goes off by herself. She goes back to the women's pool. Takes a dip in there, and it's everything that you said. She's looking gaunt, looking stressed, just looking tired of everything that's been going on throughout the week. And she gets out and she's walking back home. She's sopping wet, but she's walking slower than normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You start to notice the recurring sound. The sound design in this movie is incredible too, bro. You hear the wheezing. I think this is the part where you start hearing you start seeing or hearing a little bit of the wheezing that's going on with her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as she's walking, quick cut to the saw again, the same spot where her and Saili stopped at during the saw at the beginning of the movie, but now she's by herself and she's sitting down, and then they blow the conch shell, they end the saw, but Vainga is slow to get up. She's slow to get up, and you see her with her ragged breathing, and I think that's the first time you start hearing the sound again, the raggedy like you constantly hear that throughout the rest of Vainga's time on screen. And it's just a good indicator of how far Vainga has fallen during all of this stuff. Yeah. Everything that everybody's been saying since they've seen her, you look sick. It's happening. So, damn.
Oh yeah, her brother even was like, Maiava. Like that's his first question was like, are you sick? Yeah. I thought it was him checking, I'm sick. Are you also sick? Trying to make that connection. Like maybe it's affecting both of them. Yeah. But I mean, I thought she was okay at the beginning, but yeah, this makes it seem more like from the beginning, other people even have noticed, something, are you okay? You don't look all that well. And she really does gaunt. I love that. She's just like hollowed out and sad and like Yeah, super depressed. But she gets home and she sees Saili standing up. He's got his bandage on. He's also got his work clothes on, and he's like got his fala and his bag of stuff ready to go to work. And she's just like, doesn't even talk to him, doesn't acknowledge, doesn't say, oh, okay, are you feeling up for work or anything? I think she's kind of like, why are you even going to work? You shouldn't be doing that.
Out here.
She walks straight to the room, though, closes the door. Yeah. And then Saili goes to work and finds out he don't work there anymore.
Yeah.
There's a security guard in front of Joni's Market. There's like a wooden panel on the broken glass panel of the door. And when he puts his stuff down, the new security guard tells him to kick rocks. He's like, bro, get out of here. You can't be here. And Saili's like, I'm actually the night watchman of this store. And the guy's like,
not anymore, Sully. Not anymore, motherfucker.
He's in a full training, like security guard, button shirt.
He had the whole getup on. Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, this fool just got outed. He no longer works there. He lost his job because of that rock fight. But he gets shoot home, and apparently if he comes back, the security guard's gonna crack his flashlight over his head. Yeah, I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like, he was already walking away too. Like, he got up after he left. So I was like, oh no, fired.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's fucked up. That had to happen to Saili, but I mean, I feel like shit on his watch.
All this bad stuff is like really coming to a head. That's coming to a foot. It's really coming to a head where it's like, not only is, I feel like it was a good thing that he did standing up for his daughter, but that turned into him getting beat up, him getting fired. He tried to go talk to Tanaloa. That turned into, him being called a stinky pig and being mooned in the middle of the day. And now the next scene, he's going back to his parents' graves, like to work his land and stuff. And the other workers aren't far away. They're there on the land by his parents' graves, planting actively right there. He has a conversation with the other person, and she's like, you've been like an asshole cutting down all our taro. And he's like, why are you planting all this stuff over here? My parents are right here. He's like, you're not a chief. You can't tell us what to do. And he's like, my dad was a chief, and he's like, your dad's dead. Yeah. There's nobody else working this land. So we're going to work it. We're going to produce from this land. Because even if he's dead, he's still a chief. And they're like, do you want me to stab you with this machete? Are you dumb?
Are you cereal right now?
Are you cereal right now? Are you for cereal? And he was like, how sharp is your machete?
Saili is a fucking G, bro. It's hilarious.
It's 3v1, so he loses that battle, right? Like, he gets talked away and he has to leave. And they will now plant around his parents' graves. They're going to do that. So, like, a lot of L's for Saili in this section of the movie. But yeah, he has now lost his parents' graves too, as well as his wife, who seems to be physically affected by all this stuff that's going on. Raggedy breath, not looking well, drained. And just like, she's not getting up or out of the house anymore. She's like starting to be bedridden, which is like, oh damn, this is actually taking a physical toll on her body and her health in this situation.
And this is the part where CEO, the rugby trio.
Yes.
The rugby trio come, and it's called an ifonga. What happens here? That's what that whole thing is called.
Yeah.
The ifonga. This is so the rugby trio come, and they are draped around a fine mat. And in our culture, that's a way to apologize to the people that you wronged.
Right.
Right. So the rugby trio come with their families behind them, imploring Saili and his family to forgive them for what happened. Here's the Ifonga. And in our culture, like they can be out there for as long as
they need to.
As long as they need to.
Until they are forgiven.
Forgiven by the other party. Yes.
Yeah.
So Saili sees this going on and he closes his door. Man, fuck these fools. Yeah. Man, what the fees is going on over
You guys want to
bro?
go get breakfast?
Yeah. Just walking past them with some McDonald's. Come on, bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck CO. Fuck CO and the rugby trio, bro. I hate that band. So... the Ifonga is going on, and I can't hear you, bro. My fault.
Sorry, I just coughed. I just muted the cough.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yeah. How come you yourself be mooting your coughs?
Mooting my cough.
Yeah, be mooting my cough, mate. No, so the Ifonga is going on. And Saili closes the door, and this is when Vaanga is like really roasting this fool. Right at this point, it's like, this is embarrassing. Like, you're not gonna do anything about this, right? This is when she was going in on him.
Well, I think she was like laying down, right?
She was laying down.
She's face up in her room,
bedridden. Yeah,
sick. Right. Mm-hmm. I think at first, like when Litia's like, "Hey, there's an Ifonga outside, Mom." I think she's like, "Go forgive them, like get it done." And Litia's like, "I'm not talking to them because this is CO too." Yeah. Like CO's in the middle there, and she's like, "I'm not doing that." And Saili closes the door, and he's like, not along with it. But yeah, I forget the exact conversation that they have there.
Yeah, I think, like Vaanga was saying something about being embarrassed about what's going on right now, and I think it was a conversation about pride. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna let these fools dictate what the hell I can do, because the family was like, really, the families outside were like, look, man, do y'all read the Bible? Don't you know about God and forgiveness? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you? Because they was like at a standoff for hours, bro. Maybe like a day and a half.
I think 2 nights.
Yeah,
I think nights. At least 2 nights.
Something like that. Yeah, bro. So it was a long standoff, and Saili, like, due to pride, was just like, bro, I'm not gonna forgive these freaking idiots for what they did to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so my daughter.
You know? And then as he's having a conversation with Vaanga, and she's very embarrassed about what's going on. The whole village can see what's going on and stuff, and she's just had it, you know.
She tells him not to touch him. I think he was like gonna massage her again or asking her something, but she's like, "Don't touch me."
Yeah, don't touch me. Get away.
And so he's gone. I think Litia comes in maybe a little after this, and she's like, "Get out! Don't nobody come in this room." But there's like a very they're all isolated in different parts and not, communicating, and definitely not interacting with the 3 guys covered in fine mats outside. But also their family is sitting behind them too. And I'm thinking. My thing is this Ifonga for just like throwing the rock that hit his head, or does his family also know that CO impregnated a teenager, and that's also part of it?
I assumed it was just for the store. It was just for the attack.
At first I thought that too, yeah.
Yeah, because it was just the 3 that showed up and did what they did.
Right.
If it was about the pregnancy with Litia, then they probably just be CO.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But hey, whatever. I've been wrong before. Who friggin' knows?
But that totally that totally makes sense. Yeah. But he's like, while he's still mad about it, he's like sharpening up his pelu, like just really getting it. I don't know. I've seen like machete sharpened on that machine, but he like really took his time to get the whole thing super sharp on both sides. And I was like, damn, this guy is like getting ready for battle. But I was like, what is he going to cut? And then like, a lot of shots of the guys sitting outside. So I'm like, yo, is he about to stab this fool?
Yo.
Is he about to be like, yo, I know you can't see me right now, but is what I thought was going to happen. We get shots, but the shots start bouncing around. We get the mom who's like breathing really hard. I don't know, she's starting to cry. Like, is there a tear that comes down her eye? And then like everything the family calls out like, "Yo, do you guys like what a waste of Jesus dying if like you can't even forgive? We've been out here for 2 days now, like talking smack, and all this is really, yeah, just too much for Vainga as it all hits her." But the guys are sitting outside on the grass in front of the house, covered in the fine mats for the Ifoma, and Saili comes up and he starts cutting the grass in front of them, closer and closer to their feet. It's going like to seal, right? It's going to the middle, like to seal, and he's like chopping back and forth, cutting the grass, inching closer. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Can I feel okay?
Yeah, can I feel okay, please? Yeah.
It starts to get real close to Seal's foot. And he's about to like really connect with this guy's freaking toes and slice him open. And I was like, oh, it's getting kind of. And then you hear Litia calling out from inside the house, Vainga. Oh no. And we get transported into the house. The next shot is Litia over her mom, and her mom is dead. Her mom is dead. Like, and Saili is like realizing exactly what's going on. Yeah. Man, I did not expect this. I thought Vainga was going to be like, the underrated hero. Maybe like we didn't know, but she was going to be like help out in the final speech or something of the movie.
Yeah, I thought she was going to get better, bro. Yeah.
Her passing away here, I was like, what?
Oh man, and you know what? That's probably a good thing too. It upended our expectations. Because we expect, because all the movies that we've seen or whatever, we expect the strong female lead to make it out. You know what I'm saying? But she really does pass away. You know what I'm saying? She goes, and Litia is devastated. She's devastated, screaming her head off. You know what I'm saying? Vainga. And then Saili comes in, sees it, and he obviously puts the belu down, and him and Litia are tending to Vainga, and then that's when he finally tells her, like, "Hey, go pardon them, let him go." So he sends Litia out there and she pulls off the fine mats off the three boys, and they're when you're sitting in that, they don't know, but when you're sitting when you're doing the ifongo, you're sitting cross-legged, right? That's why he was like trying to cut his toes and shit. They're sitting cross-legged with the mat with the mat draped over them. So they finally get the mat over them, or get the mat off of them, and their clothes are soaked. They can barely stand.
Sweat.
You know what I'm saying? Just sweaty, exactly. Just dehydrated, hungry. You know what I'm saying? Just in pain. And this is it's just like you said, bro. I thought she was gonna make it too, man. I thought she was gonna make it.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, maybe like you said, it's definitely, I felt like a strong moment, right? Definitely memorable, and the way it kind of propels the movie forward here in a little bit. Kind of understand that I guess it had to happen. I don't know. I wish she was there for the ending.
Yeah,
I wish she was around for. Yeah, that's. Yeah. He
was there at the ending. We just discovered freaking electricity, dude. No, but yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, man. She was awesome, and to see her gone like that, it's like, fuck. But without this, then Saili would not have finally found the strength to do what he does later on in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because that part just fuck. I don't know if I watch it again, I'm gonna cry.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so what happened after that, dog?
Strong parts. They're so Saili and Litia are tending to the body, like they're cleaning the feet and the hands or face. There's also like a big burial tapa or cloth that was wrapped around like an old toto Like I think it's his dad's like staff chief Toto. But yeah, we get our first view of it there as he unwraps the tapa, and they use that to cover Vainga as like her burial wrapping. And then he goes outside and gets to like digging out the grave. Yo, with a coconut shell?
Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah.
Wow. Like that is, oh my gosh, like the amount of dedication. Like first of all, you would need to break ground with just like, yeah, just a coconut shell.
Yeah, and he has a bar though.
Yeah.
He has a bar that you could just bink.
Yeah. I forget what that is called.
Yeah. But hey, yeah, nah, he went
a coconut shell.
Coconut shell.
As a shovel. That was wild. And I was like, is that just because of your circumstances, or does that like also signify like a level of dedication? Like I'm willing to do it with a spoon even. If that's what it takes. But I'm going to make sure that my wife's wishes of being buried out front here, of not going back to her village, are realized. And I got to do that right now. So I'm going to dig her a grave.
Yeah, and it's going to be laborious. There's going to be a lot of labor into it. You know what I'm putting a lot of it into it. Or maybe, I don't know. Whoever's seen this movie, please let us know the significance of this coconut, of the coconut shell, because he could have used a way better tool to get that grave going. Yeah. But he chose a freaking coconut shell, and I refuse to believe that the director didn't just throw that in there for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe there is significance to it. But as he's God bless it. I need to do something about my wire. But as he's doing this with the coconut shell, this is when it starts storming. It just starts raining out of nowhere. It was like, wait a minute, it was sunny, but then you know what? That is Samoa.
Exactly.
It'd be sunny as hell for like a solid like 6-7 hours of the day, and then out of nowhere. Hell was that? And then just rain.
You look up, it's dark, and you're like, "Oh, damn, it's about to rain!" But then, like, those dark clouds hit, the rain hits, and then they like pass by. They go on a different side of the mountain, and then it's like sunny but wet. But the sun is back out. Like I thought that was so real that it was like a strong rain for a short time. Like when the opening credits, when it starts raining, and then you see it burns off. That was just like Samoa, American Samoa. Like it definitely does that. But we've dug a very deep hole, and his bar broke, and Saili is stuck now at the bottom of this 6-foot hole that he's dug, and the rain is raining. Yeah. Oh my goodness, is it going? Yeah. Yeah, there's the big old fat rain that is definitely coming through, and he's stuck. Yeah. Like he can't get out, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. And this is when Boko comes back. He comes back, and I don't like he probably didn't know about Vainga dying, right? He didn't know that she died.
I think he knew right when he got out of his car. But on the way over there, I was like, what timing? That's crazy. Right? Because he pulled up by himself, and I think he was just going to go over there and try to just talk to her, right? Now that I'm thinking about it, so out of nowhere, Boko pulls up, and he sees the grave being dug, you know what I'm saying? And he comes inside, and he finds it's raining, and he comes in and he sees Vainga wrapped up in the top with Likia right there, and this is another kind of a hard scene to watch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Boko comes and just starts, I'm going to take your mom. Doesn't say anything, but he's just like, you know what? Give her. Like, just starts trying, not even trying. Gets Vainga's body and tries to take her from Litia. And Litia is holding on like, no, you're not taking my mom. It's like, what are you doing? Stop.
Yeah, what are you doing? And then that's when his bitch ass fucking comes and pulls her off, like pushes her off of her mom.
stands up to go around and get a better grip on her.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pushes her off, grabs the body, and then drags
her out.
And then Letia's just like, dude, leave her alone, dude. What are you doing? Yeah. Follows him. You know what I'm saying? Follows him to the car. But on her way to the car to get her mom, she looks down and she sees the grave that's being dug and it's filling with water quick. Because like you said, it's raining. It's raining. You know what I'm saying? And she sees that Saili is now freaking neck deep, close to mouth deep in water. And we all know he's a little person. Right. He probably wouldn't have lasted any longer. And then that's when another great shot right there where it looks like Letia was just gonna she was gonna ditch him to go and try to save her mother, but she doesn't. She comes back, brings the staff to him, and helps him get out of the car, helps him get out of the grave. Mm-hmm. And it's cool. The sound design, because I listened to it on the headphones, bro. As nice. It's crazy, right? It's crazy when like she has the staff to help pull him out, and then you hear in your headphones him putting Vainga in the car and driving off. The car, the door closing. But still, you're just watching her pull him out of the grave. I was like, oh my God. It's a worthy shot, dude. What great cinematography, dude. Nice. But yeah, that part was, bro.
Considering their relationship before, I wouldn't have expected her to like stop in time. Maybe she would have been like, I can come back and save him or something. Let me go and get my mom. Right, I was a lot closer with my mom. This guy just stole my mom's body. He's trying to load her up in her truck and get out of here. But yeah, her definitely saving Saili and saving the day. That was definitely on her feeling, I need to save my family, I think. And I'm not sure exactly where. I think it started with him standing up for her. But at some point she's like, she's not so dismissive, like, oh, that guy's not my dad. She's like, this is family. Let me go save his life so this movie can continue going. Like, bury people. Like, oh, you dug your grave. There, just bury him in front.
I mean, I think all three of them, right? Letia, Saili, and Vainga, they're like inherently good people, dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would, wreck or, just not deny each other, but like not help each other out, no matter what Letia says to her homies and shit about him not being her dad and shit. I think she recognizes that, like, okay, he's done a lot for my mother and me. Shit, he fucking defended me against CEO, bro.
Yeah. I think that part is the big one, because like, I don't think she talked to him the whole movie.
Nah.
She's like not, and she's talking about him. She's talking when he's in the room, but like before that, I feel like she also was dismissive and disrespectful of him.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. All right, so what happened after that?
Sorry, what was that?
I said, what happened after that? What happened after, man, I should just write it right here. What am I doing? All right, go ahead.
Let's see. So the body has been taken. After he freaking dug it with a coconut shell. I'm like, but yeah, now we have Vainga's like funeral and the Fa Lave Lave connected to it, where she was banished from the village so many years ago. So the village council actually shows up and is talking about, that woman was banished from this village. She's not allowed to be buried here. You need to take her out of the ground and go somewhere else. And this is like another chief versus chief. And I like, these are some of my favorite scenes, the way that they were talking to each other and really twisting certain words and certain phrases to try to present their best case. But yeah, the village council chief is Fausanga, who is like an older guy. And he's basically telling him, she was banished from here. So, if you understand what banishment means, that means she cannot be here, even if she's dead. All right. So get her out. The council has decided that we're going to, keep with the decision we made when we banished her. And Polto's like, his comeback is, I know what banishment means. That means like despair and death. And then the only way for you to return back home to your family is in a box once you've passed away. So let this earth be what cleanses over her of her sins and allow her to be here with my family. He also says other stuff about, I very much respect you as the chief of the village council. And, I wish I could give some of the years of my life to you so you could be more youthful. I was like, disc? Oh, disc?
Yeah, for real. Straight brown nosing, kissing ass.
Well, I thought that was like a little diss at like, you're fucking old, bro.
Oh, like some passive aggressive shit?
Yeah, okay. I think because the flattery follows right after when he's like, this village is like a ship without a rudder or without a sail, and you are the person that makes the village go. You have a lot of respect, right? And if you end the banishment, then the village will accept that, and the village will end the banishment. And he also tells his wife to fatten up the envelope, double his money, make it look real thick.
Just real.
And he says, please. Damn. Oh, and then Falsanga is like, he's like, okay, let's compromise a little bit. This is after the village council members saying, hey, don't listen to him, man. Don't be a punk. Just
for real.
Get him out of here. Don't let him trick you.
Quit being a fucking pussy.
Yeah, hey, tell him no. But the guy is like, okay, let's compromise. What if you bury your sister on the edge of the village? Then it's kind of out the way. It's like, maybe that's what happened to like Saili's parents. Why don't you bury your parents on the end of the something like that?
Maybe.
But
okay.
Poto says, bring out the gifts. And he's like, if I bury my sister on the edge of the village, people that know she's been banished are going to go over and vandalize, her grave. So we definitely want to keep her here. But also here's 50 fine mats. Here's like 30 fine mats, like 15 pusaapas, and a big envelope, which the chief does not grab with his hands. So he has to put it down on the floor. But they're doing like a battle, and this is Poto and his family's real big attack on, let us bury my sister here. We're going to pay. We're going to flower you with all these gifts, shower you with all these gifts and favors, and all good. And it is all good because he eventually says, you know what? The banishment is lifted. Picks up the envelope. Yeah. Okay, he's like, let's go. And they accept Poto's pitch. And his sister is no longer banished, and she can be buried there.
Hey, man,
they're great.
Yeah. Hey, just like he really played into what's his name? Fosanga? Really played into like Fosanga's like ego, like kissing ass, you know what I'm saying all that. Like, he was kissing him. What?
I feel like that's got to be part of it, especially when you're like, I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
And, maybe a little bit of the diss in there, but also that like respectful flattery has got to be in there.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be part of the, you can't just be like, you suck, you're wrong. Now, can I keep my sister here?
Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah, that's right. And it's, that scene showed exactly why people look at Poto as like a master of what he does, like the master orator, orator, whichever one it is. The Ole Tulafale, okay? He's looked at as like the master. He's Poto. His name is Poto. He's really smart. He's also a smart ass. So, just fucking fuck.
He also dragged his sister's dead body away from her family.
Come on, bro.
Like the sister that you haven't seen in 17 years or talked to, he went and snatched and stole her body away from her family against her wishes, and against the family's wishes. So now it's trippy. But we also get scenes where Saili is going up to Tangaloa and is telling him what happened and why he needs a chief title.
Yeah.
And Tangaloa's like, they stole your wife's body?
Yeah.
All right, let's get you hooked up. And he gets a chief title, Leopao, from Leone. So I was like, oh, I don't know that one. It's like my family's from Leone. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Move stuff, Lance. Move stuff.
And I was like, who's got Leopao right now?
Yeah, Leopao.
Yeah, there's a quick Gava ceremony. I felt like this happened pretty quick, but he does get his Matai title from Tangaloa. They have an Ava ceremony, and then he goes home and grabs his Toto and heads over to Vainga's Falavelave to talk to Poto to try to get her back.
Yeah.
We also see that Litia is finishing up the fine mat that her mom was working on. She's like putting on the last of the feathers to like decorate it. Mm-hmm. But they're so Saili ends up going to the Falavelave, where another chief and his family are out there. But they only have one box and one fine mat in front of him. And he's like, "What is this?"
Yeah. And just the roundabout way of why he fucking gave it to him, that whole speech about value, I was like, ugh, what a slimy bastard, bro. What a way to just dress it up and like try to make it sound all cool. But then when you think about it, you're just like, wait, this dude just dissed the shit out of me still. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro.
So, okay, so the flattery is not necessary for everybody, right? You just for the people that you need to butter up.
You know what I'm saying? And he definitely did not see any value in that chief. What's the chief's name? Lototasi.
Yo, he's like, yeah, Lototasi, if what we have shown you is not enough, I apologize. But let me fix it by adding thank you for showing up.
Yeah, value
he talks about different
meanings. Has many different meanings. If you took the bus to come here with your family to come see your family, that's value. You know, he said some crazy shit like that, and I was
I didn't think that hit as much. But Lototasi does like say F it, and he's like,
yeah, it's like
we're not getting anything. This guy's got me.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
but
the fuck, dude?
That was another thing. Is like during these chief on chief battles, there's always a time where one of the chiefs doesn't know what to say, and if you are left speechless during a debate, you are automatically the loser. And we see a bunch of those shots where the losing chief in these battles is just like standing there, like leaning against his Toto, trying to think of something to say, but not being able to. You see that happen with the first grave guy. You see that happening with the village council, Fausanga. He's like, You see it happen with this guy, Lototasi, and they also just pew, pew, pew. All of them just getting it done.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And as Lototasi and the family are walking off, Saili is walking up, right? He's like entering the Malay and kind of seeing like, okay, this is where I'm going to need to be. And people are like yelling at him like, oh, look, it's a dwarf.
Yeah, already talking shit. Yeah.
You need a ladder? Like, just being shitty. Luckily, his daughter shows up. Litia shows up with the fine mat that her mom was working on. And that was a surprise to me. Like, I didn't think she was going to follow him to the Falavelave, but good thing she did.
Yeah.
Kind of there as a support. So it's just one chief and one person. And he takes his shirt off and he walks up and he's ready to, like, do his speech. But Poto has walked off already. That food is eaten. Like, he's got a plate. Yeah. He's got some chicken. He's done with everything. But one of the boys comes up and tells him, like, Vainga's husband is here. And he didn't know, like, he didn't see the husband the whole time.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is his first time seeing Saili. And, you know, they have this, man, yeah, they talk about, you know, I want my wife's body back. You know, she didn't want to be here. And Poto's like, you have no right to be here. That bond was broken by you guys after death. She's part of our family and we're going to take care of her. Yeah. We acknowledge
her daughter Litia. This is your family. You are welcome to come. You know, all of that stuff. Extending a helping hand to Litia too.
Yeah. Yeah, and but basically, Saili's trying to tell them, you know, she's my family, and it's been a bunch of disrespect and mistrust lately. Or everything that's gone on, but she needs to be returned to us and be with us. And Poto is definitely like, no, no. Yeah. And I want to say personally, I would not have I would not have done it, right? You just like freaking 1v1'd a bunch of other chiefs.
Hey.
Like as Poto, like I would have just taken this as another person and just found a way to say no.
Yeah.
But the way that Saili breaks it down and is telling them, you know, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of what happened because I saw this death coming. And I knew it was like in the area, but I ignored it. And that's something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, is her death. I could have helped prevent it. And I'm ashamed of that. I'm ashamed of you too. He tells Poto, you know, you came to our house and you literally, you know, stole my wife's body, snatched her up, you know? But we can be done with all that. Just return her to me.
Said, death is unpredictable, right? And he quotes the Bible. I just want to read this part. Yeah. I just love this part, this speech. He said, in the Bible, it said that death is a thief in the night. Va'aiga was alone. I wasn't with her when she died, and that's my burden for the rest of my life. If you bury her in this earth, the worms will find her. If you place her in the trees, the birds will find her. Give her to me. I will bury her between my heart and lungs. The worms will never find her there, nor the birds. She will be safe and at peace with my soul, bruh. Like, dude, and then that's when you get the scene of just the tears coming down as after he says that, bro. And then, dude, what? Exactly like you said, like 9 times out of 10, Poto's not giving it up. Right. We know that this is a movie, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, whatever. In real life, you're probably not going to give it up. But, dude, that scene in Saili and his grief, like his grief really came out, his regret, you know what I'm saying? All of that just came out, and it came out through his tears, bruh. And then that speech itself was just like, dude, that was freaking beautiful, dude. He better give her the body. You know?
I was so worried.
No.
But you see, they cut to Poto, and Poto's low-key speechless.
Yo.
He doesn't know what to say. He's like, damn. This guy really loved my sister.
Hey, brings back up your point in the one who doesn't say anything back. Lost
is the loser. But we get the shot on the bus as we're leaving, and it's Saili and Litia at the back on the back bench of the bus. And if you've been in a Samoan bus, like you know the wooden chairs, the rows on that all the way into the back. But yeah, they're leaving the funeral, and we see that they have her body. It's in the middle of the aisle of the bus, but they now have the body, and they are taking her home where she wanted to be and where she belongs.
Yeah.
So that is that was dope. I definitely like that that little ending scene right there, and then we get kind of like the prologue. Is it prologue?
It's been about 9, maybe 10 months later, give or take. It cuts back to Saili back at home, holding a newborn, and it's Litia's newly born child, along with his parents' graves, and in the middle, Va'aiga's grave, and just a slow. Kind of a slow zoom out from there, showing all 3 of them, I guess all 6 of them in the frame together. And then the last shot is being in the house with Saili's back turned toward the camera, sitting on top of Va'aiga's grave, and just a still lingering shot of inside the house with the mat, and then a slow zoom out with the mat on the ground where they sleep, and end of the Orator, bro.
Credits.
End credits. This movie's fucking incredible, dude. And like as we're talking about it now, I want to watch it again because of all the stuff that you brought up that I missed. Because bro, this movie is so good, and I'm glad we watched it later. You know, when we did, you know what I'm saying? Instead of putting, I mean, I guess we could have watched it earlier, but I'm glad that we watched it now after watching the tattoo. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we don't mention the tattooist around here. No, but, you know, this movie is really good, bro. And, so, you know, themes, final thoughts before we get into the rating, man. What you trying to talk about with this movie? What did you see? What stuck out to you, bro?
Yo, grave sicknesses? No.
Yeah.
Definitely those traditions. Look, as seeing the movie though, I would love to like feel like I was back home in American Samoa, even though this was shot in Samoa. Like, definitely felt back home amongst the people, back in the culture. Living out in Oregon, there's not like a lot of as many Pacific Islanders or Samoans, so definitely don't get to hear the language spoken every day. And I love that a lot. Also the like chief battle scenes, which is what I'm gonna keep calling them. I know there's like a official Samoan word that I don't know. But
I choose you, Poto. I choose you, Tangaloa. Yeah,
try. Yeah, that's those.
Tangaloa uses moon you.
Yeah, Tangaloa uses
effective.
eardrop.
Yeah, eardrop, and it's effective.
It's super effective. Whoa.
Tangaloa uses eardrop, and it's effective. Okay, so what?
Yeah. Thinking of themes, I can't help but think of like what the actor that played Saili, Fafiaula said. And it's that, all the stuff that Saili goes through in this movie, he had to go through in his real life. The way he was treated, the way Saili's treated, looked down on, dismissed, forgotten about, all that stuff happened to him. So definitely thinking about the ways we treat people, especially like our own people, Samoans, even if they're not your family or just different things like that. But this was, I think, a movie I'm going to rewatch also, just because, hearing the language, the people, the like situations that are happening, but also just like, making it feel like I'm back home. Yeah. In the shits.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, nah. When they was running around with the fine mats and the cases of Pisupo, I was like, dude, I just did that like 4 months ago, bro. That's just straight had PTSD. But no, when I see shit like that, it's always a great reminder of our culture and stuff. And yeah, like you said, bro, it's an entire movie, written and directed by a Samoan person that was filmed in Samoa, and the entire movie is in Samoan. Like that's crazy to me, and for it to be this good, you know what I'm saying? Like it's incredible, man. The biggest thing that it kind of came up when we was talking about it, bro. It's the repeating and the breaking of cycles. That's the biggest thing that I'm picking up from this movie so far. When we was talking about Va'aina and Litia and the whole child out of wedlock thing, Litia was just, it was history repeating itself. But the difference is that, Litia now has a great support system in Saili. So now, you know what I'm saying? Even though the cycle kind of repeated itself with Litia, now, they can teach their child right there a better way. You know what I'm saying? After the two experiences that they've had with Va'aina and Litia. You know what I'm saying? Because with Va'aina, it's like, she raised Litia by herself or got married with Saili, but they were still like kind of in poverty. You know what I'm saying? They were a little impoverished, you know what I'm saying? But now Saili has his chiefly title. He's got his parents and his wife buried on his land that's his now, and with a healthy looking baby by his side, you know what I'm saying? And Litia in his corner. It's like things are definitely they're definitely looking up for that family finally, amidst all the death and loss that has happened to that house. You know what I'm saying? And now that like things can be different now. There's now more of a chance for happiness for everybody there, for that entire house after, stuff.
After the movie happened.
Yeah, after the movie happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened after the credits rolled. I don't know.
What do you think that baby's name is?
Ooh, Tangaloa. If it's a boy, Tangaloa.
Is it a boy?
If it's a boy, I think
it's a boy. Yeah, I thought it was a girl. I would be like, Va'aina, right? You would just like throw it in there, but I'm like, maybe that's too close, too soon.
Okay, so if not Va'aina, then what?
That's what I'm like. Oh no, CO Junior. No.
What? mean,
Kilma.
Yeah, Kilma. Eleanor, CEO Jr. Eleanor, is that how you say Eleanor?
That sounds right.
No. That's a beautiful name. I just threw that in there.
Oh, nice.
It's Eleanor. No, I don't know. But yeah, it's the breaking of cycles and the repeating of cycles. You know, that's the biggest one I got. What's up?
Before we get to the final score, were there any standout performances or standout characters in this movie to you? Like,
I think the most obvious one for me right now would be Saili. Oh shit. Yeah, Saili. The main actor was great, dude. Rest in peace again to him. He was amazing. And like I texted you, it's like all these guys were not even acting. It's like none of them were acting. It's like these were like just real people. Like they just were literally like, hey, what's going on over here in this village? And then just got a camera and just recorded it and then did like static shots. Like these are, because man, I see my family in a lot of these characters. But if not Saili, then definitely Tongaloa. I love Tongaloa's character. He's a huge standout for me. I thought he was just, you know, the old wise man archetype. You know what I'm saying? That helps steer Saili into the right direction. Then obviously, so you got Vainga, the strong female lead. You know what I'm saying? She was awesome. She's a badass. But yeah, probably Tongaloa the most. What about you?
Yeah, Saili's the like hero of it. I feel like Vainga definitely carried a lot and communicated a lot of the story. Definitely was rooting for her. So seeing her pass away there right before the end of the Ifonga, I was like, yo, definitely avoidable too. Yeah. Like that didn't need to happen. Yeah. And we could have had like a I don't know, like a stronger attack for the ending, but her shout out to Seo's wife. The one that beat up Litia. Yo, she was on fire. I don't know if she's been cheated on before or where she was pulling that energy from, but it definitely felt like I will whoop your mom and you in your house type energy. Like I'm so mad and so angry about it. And the way she was just like spitting it all flowed out. Didn't seem very scripted. Like you said, one of those performances that seemed like not even acting.
Yeah, just lived in.
Her was good. And then we also really liked the rugby coach.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, he was, definitely stand out, bro. Stand out. So stupid. And he's only in it like... Tackle. Bro, he's only in there twice, bro. Yeah. And he leaves the biggest impression and is the funniest part of the entire movie. Yeah, bro, definitely the rugby coach.
Yeah, but good movie. Let's get to the scores. Man, let me open up the rubric here.
Hell yeah.
Sliding scale for different categories of the movies that we're looking into. Where is it? I'm in the wrong folder. All right. So for the Orator, Ole Tulafale. Rewatchability. We have this out of 2. I'm giving it a 3. Ooh. Automatically, I'm giving this a 3 out of 2. I know that's over, but
that's cool.
I think that not only have I already rewatched this twice, like since the first time, but I'm going to watch it again soon. Maybe not like be like binging it over and over, but I know I'm gonna turn this on a couple times. But what do you got?
You got a 3 out of 2. I'll give it a 2. I do want to rewatch it too. Also, I do want to rewatch it, but to get everything that I missed, because man, as we're talking about it, there's so many parts that I actually missed. You know what I'm saying? And just the fact that we came to different conclusions about things too. Now it makes me want to rewatch it and be like, you know what? Will this strengthen my point or actually make me go to the other side? So I'll give this a 2 for rewatchability.
Out of 3 points. Casting. How do you feel the casting was in this movie? Full Samoan cast.
Full Samoan cast. I give it a 3 out of 3. Well cast. Perfectly throughout, bruh. Saili was amazing. All the main characters. Saili, Vainga, even Litia. and Boto were really good, well casted. You know, I said earlier that Boto kind of came off as wooden at first, but then as it went on, I was like, actually, that's a lot of Samoan uncles that I know after being, you know, talked to a certain way or whatever, and just the way he came off during the chief battles, the chief offs. Yeah, he really stood his ground and showed why everybody considers him to be a really good orator. What about you?
Definitely give this a 3. Like full Samoan cast, I got to like, and everybody just felt like they fit their roles, you know. And I feel like having Saili as the protagonist was something I wasn't expecting, and at first like threw me off, but definitely a great character, great actor. Again, rest in peace, Fa'afiola Sagote. But yeah, great casting. And I think he was handpicked by the director. Like the director was like, yo, do you want to be in this movie as the main person? And he was like, what are you saying? Okay, yeah, let's try it. But definitely a great advocate and representation for little people.
Hell yeah.
Soundtrack or audio of the movie out of a possible 5.
Okay, well, soundtrack, I'll give it a 3. Nothing really stood out. There wasn't really any big tracks besides the singing going on by the actors, right?
True.
That I can't really remember, but yeah, nothing stood out. But as far as sound design and audio, it's incredible. Yeah, there was like, it was just the way, you know, like we said, there were static shots, but then in the sound design, there are things happening in the back that you don't see on screen, but you can hear it in the headphones if you're listening to it with headphones, and it gives even more context for what's going on for the movie or the scene that you're watching. So, so yeah, a solid 3. Wow.
If you had to put those two together, it would still be a 3 out of 5.
Well, you know what? Because okay, well, 3. I give the soundtrack 3, and then audio design 5. So what's the meaning?
4. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Yeah, okay, 4. Okay. Nice. I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna go 4 because like full soundtrack, you know, not a lot of I mean, they played Talimaya on the radio. There were people singing different prayer songs. There was a boy up in the tree singing different stuff. So not like really songs, but you know, some of those stills, some of those like sound grabs during the stills of just like the birds or the rain on roofs. I cannot tell you how much I miss that sound, bro. Yeah, right? Like, just, like, not necessarily being in the hot or in the rain or like being stuck in a hurricane or whatever. Just the sound of rain hitting those, like the appa roofing back home is something else. But I loved how they captured a lot of those. So I'm going to go 4. Yeah, 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Let's see, what do we got next? Cinematography, power of the look out of a possible 6.
Out of a possible 6, I'll give this a full 6. I'll give it a full 6. I just can't get enough of like all the still shots, all the seemingly unrelated shots that goes on with the movie, the snail, you know, whatever conclusions you want to draw to these still shots. They're just so beautifully shot and put together, bro. And for it, I'm assuming that it wasn't that big of a budget, but it looks very high budget. I wanted to bring it up when we were talking about the scene by scene, but there's a part where Va'ainga and Saili are talking to each other, and Va'ainga is in the main room where the fine mat is at, and Saili is in a different room. I think he's in the room where Va'ainga passes away in later. But the way that it's framed, bro, is kind of crazy. Like it shows like that there is a wall between the two, even though they're in the same house, and it's kind of crazy to think about. It's almost like it's kind of like a cool little peek into like where they're at in their relationship currently. Like they're in there together, but they're so far apart. You know what I'm saying? That shot is sticking out in my head like crazy right now. I thought it was just a really good shot, and they were talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? I forget what the conversation was about, but like I said, I want to watch it again. But they were having a conversation while sat like that. I was just like, dude, what the hell is this, bro? Who am I watching here? Like a master at work. This is crazy. So
Scorsese.
Yeah, Scorsese. Oh my god. But yeah, for the cinematography, solid 6, bro. 6 out of 6 for me.
I gotta give it a full 6. When I think of cinematography and like colors popping and big shots and like transporting you places, definitely. And like you said, this looked high budget. Like there's the way this movie was shot and how it comes out, it's pleasant to watch. I'm trying to like disconnect some of the like, oh, you're from Samoan, like that's because you want to see Samoan stuff. But trying to think without that, it's just like a good representation of where they want to take you in the movie. Like it's a good translation, right? So loved it.
Yeah. Good looking movie on its own if you're Samoan or not. Like if you're just a fan of movies and cool shots and shit, then yeah, I think you'll be a fan of it, dude.
Nice.
Like our Samoanness doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have that big a bias against this movie just because we're all Samoan here. The fuck?
I was thinking we're gonna pump it up even if it wasn't good because it's Samoan and we're Samoan. But
no.
It is good.
It's friggin' good. And we're friggin' honest on this show. What are you talking about? Don't ever think like that, bruh. We bring some honesty to our reviews. Get the hell out of here.
Editing and directing. I'm talking about pace, choices out of 7. What do you got?
I just want to avoid giving everything top scores because I just feel like this movie is really good. Like the pacing, this movie is close to 2 hours, an hour and 50 minutes, but it doesn't feel like that to me, bruh. Like it doesn't feel like a slog to get through. Maybe the beginning because we don't know really what's going on. So I'll give up some points for that. So I'll give it a 6 out of 7. Yeah.
Sorry, that's the same score.
Yeah, just some dumb nitpicky shit from my end. We keep praising how everything was shot, so it's not really the shooting or the editing. Everything looks great. The directing was freaking amazing. I feel like every choice that was put in there, every scene that was in there, there's no filler in there. As long as this movie there's really no filler. It gets straight to the point and lets you know, and it doesn't spoon feed you. You know what I'm saying? Like his the way the guy directed it, there's a whole bunch of visual storytelling going on that you have to figure out for yourself. He doesn't spoon feed you the script. So, solid 6 out of 7 from me. Good pacing.
I don't know. Maybe it was when Vainga starts her like physical decline, but I felt like there were some parts that were like, oh, this movie's been really sad for like the last 22 minutes or something. Is that too long?
Yeah.
But just setting up the characters. I don't know. I felt like maybe if the story wasn't exactly what it was, there could have been some liberties taken and like done some crazy stuff that might have been more entertaining. But overall, really great. And I think an amazing job by the director, Tusi Tamasese. Shout out to, this was also dedicated to his father, Tusi Sr. Tusi Sr. and Joan were the dedications for the movie at the end. I want to say 7 now because I'm thinking like I want to say 6 just because, right? Don't want to give everything full scores just because, but like even nitpicking, I can't think of like too much better a job that this person could have done as the director. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
Fuck it. Give it a 7.
Last 3 categories. Acting out of a score of 8. What do you got?
Acting. Hold on.
Who think?
Acting out of a possible 8. I give it an 8. Well, no, you know what? No, I'll give this one a 7 because Boko's wife was kind of over the top. But there's a whole bunch of Boko's wives out there. That's the thing. So maybe it wasn't as over the top. Maybe it was just so real to home that I was just like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want to give her any points because it was so spot on. There's so many Boko's wives out there who act just like that for no goddamn reason. Well, whatever reason it is, it's probably a stupid one. Like, girl, you have no benefit acting like that to anybody. Well, I guess maybe the way the way she's acting got me talking about her like this, so maybe I should give it an 8. I feel like everybody, every character in here was they pulled it off really well, man. Everybody fit the role that they were in, and their acting was really good. You know, Vainga was good. Vainga was really good. She made me believe in, you know, she was a strong woman, and she made me believe in her and want to root for her. Boko made me the man who played Boko. I hated him, so that's a good thing. You know, I hated him and I hated his guts and how he acted. So I think everybody in here was very solid. So that's an 8 from me.
You say 8? 8 out of 8?
Yep.
Yes. All right, I'm going with a 6.
Ooh.
There were some parts I felt like, you know, you could tell they were kind of reciting or reading, but it definitely overall, really good acting across a bunch of different characters too. So
yeah, I feel like any of those guys weren't like professionals.
Right. I don't think any. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
None of them were really actors.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, maybe some of the more main characters might have done some other acting stuff, but yeah, this is like a people's cast. Yeah. So great job to them and the director for getting it out of them. Second to the last, writing script out of a possible 9 points. What do you think? You feeling the everything was tied up, or everything was how things were told?
Yeah, my first instinct is to give this a full 9 because it's to give it a full 9 just because everything unfolds really well at a good pace. And like we kept saying throughout this entire thing, like the fact that they didn't spoon feed us the script and plot points and what's going to happen here, the fact that we had to figure it all out, I think is a good testament to how well the script is. You know what I'm saying? And then the realizations that you figure out later, you know, through the script, through a certain point in the story. It lets you know how strong the script is. Like he wrote it too. He wrote and directed this movie, Tusi Tamasese. So this dude is talented, bro. He needs to be working. Yeah. This dude is talented. I'll give it a 9 across the board for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna score it highly. Also, I'm gonna give it an 8. I think that's nitpicking, but yeah, there might have been some parts that could have been better, but still very, very strong. Yeah. As is very entertaining, and also a bunch of like memorable lines too in there. So
yeah. Dackle, come on, bro. My cousin, yeah, my cousin brought that part up, but he didn't say what movie it was from. So I was tripping out when I seen it. I was like, "What the? This is the movie he was talking about?" Oh shit! Yeah. So that's really good. So last one,
legacy. What is the legacy score of this movie out of possible 10? Out of
a possible 10, I got to give it a 7. It came out in 2011, so it's been more than 10 years. I just don't see this movie talked about enough. I was tweeting about it the other day, and people were, they were hitting me up and shit, telling me how that they seen it and stuff, but nobody really talks about this movie like that. And it's kind of it's kind of a shame because, like, bro, it's really good. For the fact that this movie is all in Samoan, I would think that it'd be talked about a lot more. Like, the movie is really good. As a movie, it's just really good. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it should be talked about a lot more. And the fact that it isn't, it really puts their legacy at pretty low. I don't want to give it a 10 also, but it's not there. Maybe not yet. Hopefully it'll get there after we talk about it. And y'all watch this episode and go watch it yourself. Where you got it at, bro?
If you haven't watched this movie, you definitely should go after this. It's like an hour and 50 minutes. So if you got 2 hours, Amazon Prime, Tubi is what we would recommend. The subtitles are timed well and on point. And also I think it's on YouTube too. But just like you're saying, not talked about enough. So I feel like it's still a sleeper. I've also rated it a 7 out of 10 for Legacy. Definitely wanted to give it 8, 9, just like how I'm feeling about how this movie should be received and talked about. But I don't think, like you said, that many people talk about it or know about it or have seen it. So we definitely want to encourage you, if you have not, go check it out. Let us know what you think about it. If you're having a problem with the subtitles, if you think it's moving too fast, too slow, characters, whatever. If you hate anybody specifically, if you think somebody's the hero that we didn't mention, definitely let us know. But out of a cumulative score of 50, our final scores for the Orator, our final scores, Ole Tulafale, are: you gave this a 44.
Bing.
I gave this a 44.
Bing.
Out of 50. That is really good.
It's really good. It's high praise, man. I feel like it deserves that score, man.
Definitely.
Just a really friggin' good movie. Very surprising, man. I wish I didn't write this off the way we did in the beginning, but I'm glad that we watched it now. And please go watch that stuff, bro. Go watch the Orator, Orator, Ole Tulafale. Tell us how you say the Orator. You know what I'm saying? If you're still here at the end of this, I know it's been a long video, but shit, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. Just follow the Polytickin Network, man. You know what it is. We got the Pasefika movie starter kit. We got Way Back Wednesday with our Uso Sefa M and the Uso Lance the Balinesian, and of course you got the Polytickin podcast on there, man. Go and check out the Balinesian podcast with the Uso Lance right here in the Uso Forest. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up everywhere. We're everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
We're working, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? We are definitely working. Hit us up on the social medias. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hello, Marcus. Balinesian. Do what you will. Go watch this movie. Quit playing around with us. Lance, you got anything else to tell them? Talk to them.
Thanks for listening. Roll the credits. We're out.
Clip it. Quit playing with us. Clip it.